Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Please be advised. Oh, hang on. A raid is incoming. Thank you, Raiders. Queen Katie raiding with a party of 6. The advice we were going to give you can wait till next time. Thank you for the raid. We'll give you the shout out once the stream starts up. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we're live! How is everybody doing? I thank you for the raid, Queen Katie. I don't think the shout out works on the pre-show, so if we could try and do a shout out now that we're into the actual stream itself. But how was your stream, Queen Katie? I appreciate the raid. Hi, Raiders. I'll talk to you guys in just a second in case there's anybody new once the shout out plays down there, and then we'll get into this stream. But thank you so much, Queen Katie. I appreciate it.
We won't stop you. We'll even throw you a nice funeral.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the Reaper. You'll probably have the greatest funeral in the universe organized.
I wonder who would attend the Reaper's funeral. I mean, on the one hand, I think a lot of people probably resent the Reaper, and a lot of other people probably realize, like, crap, without him, like, is there no more death? Is the world ruined after this? But thank you. How was your stream? I actually didn't realize you were streaming tonight, Queen Katie. I'm sorry. It's been busy. I did get involved, although in a nice conversation on Discord today. Thank you so much. Okay, let's read a little bit of chat, and then we'll get in the game. Oak was here first saying, hey, Longa. Lesbian Wolf saying, Logan. There's Queen Katie with the party of 6. Oh, yeah, in case there's anybody new. I assume we know everybody in the raid, but if there's anybody new, hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio, a great JRPG from the makers of Persona. So come and check that out. Viewers saying the bat swarm has arrived. Here the queen shrieks as her bats take over the stream. Queen said, watch out, the queen of raids, and her bats are flying into your kingdom. Enjoy the raid, huh?
Logan may seem like he is just winging it, taking everything as it comes. And he is. Every time it looks like he is dying inside, he is. Every time he says something you would regret, he does too, often after we clip it.
Yes, that is what has taught me to regret my words and actions. Thank you so much for the 10 bits, Rukov. How are you doing? Good to see you here. I hope everyone's weekend has been going well. Thank you for the bits, Rukov. Let me read a couple more comments and we'll get in the game. Vera says, I'm making the best sandwich ever, so I'll be lurking until I finish it up. Okay, I gotta know what's on this best sandwich ever then. Said making bread from scratch and everything. Ooh. Quiggity says, howdy. Just got the limited character Liang today in the last minute during the stream. She's so cute. Okay, so if she's cute, then I assume that is good. Let's go ahead and load up the game so we're not just like stuck out here in the main menu forever. But once again, how are all of you doing? I hope it's going well. And as Rukov said, I am winging it. The downside of winging it, though, is that sometimes you think of a better joke afterward than you do right in the moment. But I got plenty of examples of that. But I'm immediately disappointed because the first thing I saw when we loaded up is Lotta Heart. I forgot this is where we ended. I think we did a cross-examination against Gavel and had presented the Lotta Heart's photo of the person in the red raincoat, which everybody seems to be assuming is the victim. I still think this might be the perpetrator. And Lotta Heart said this was taken after the murder, or after the attack at the very least. And there's blood on the hand. And so yeah, so it's throwing a monkey wrench into Gavel's schemes. But I also think Gavel seems to be having the beginning motions of a redemption arc coming on. So she might be becoming our friend soon, perhaps. We shall see about that. But let's play a little bit and then I'll read some more of the chat in just a little bit here. Huh?
And thank you for that insight. I assume that
it's this!
No!
I was so bad at this game.
Why is I cannot get any traction on that eye beam?
What you back?
No!
The funny thing is that's not even that far to fall, but I was just so bad at the game that was everything. That was all the progress I had made. But thank you so much for the Logan Clip Roulette, whoever it was that did that. But as I said, let's play a little bit here, and then I'll be back to read some more in the chat in just a moment. But I'm so excited to see you guys. I miss you guys on days when I don't stream. I'm so happy to see you all here. I hope you're all doing well. I sure did, clear as day, and with my own 2 eyes to boot. And what were your impressions at that point? My impressions? Oh, well, here's my impression of you. Pip, cheerio, I'm British. Did that sound right? Quote, this right here is the scoop of the century, something like that. Huh? Yeah, that makes sense. I like Winner's stupid little interjections like that. I was hoping more for your impressions of the person in question. Oh, well, that there's a walking meal ticket. Seriously? Yeah, I'm a sociopath. I have no sympathy for murder people. Well, just my little joke. No need to look at me like I done sat on your lunch. Well, if she sat on the lunch, maybe his lunch could be a sandwich. Just with extra buns. I need to stop. I'm trying too hard with the jokes today, right from the bat. I need to build to this. Oh, red raincoat, right? Well, I took one look at it and I thought, well, that's our perp right there. With the ba-ba-ba.
Loda, why did you sit on Puzzle's sandwich?
Okay. Thank you for the 10 bits. I got distracted. I didn't even see what Edgeworth said. You don't sit on Fear. Fear said it's the best sandwich ever. It's like one of those things where, like, on Scooby-Doo and Shaggy makes a huge giant sandwich and then Scooby eats it. It's awful. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I need to go back in the history. What was it that Edgeworth was saying? And therein lies the rub. For Ms. Hart to have thought such a thing means that the murder occurred. And then she overrules. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation of the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know. What do you mean? I assume you're about to raise the issue of the voices Miss Hart heard. Voices that may be unrelated. Well, is she going to say that they're like from the walkie-talkie or something like that? Anyway, I should read some more in the chat. Oh, ValTube's over on YouTube saying hello. How you doing, ValTube? Good to see you. How's your weekend going? Oak says, I just spent like an hour and a half troubleshooting my computer. What's wrong with it? Because you know more about computers than I do. So if you're doing that, it must be serious. Quickgator said, nah, it's fine. Vero and some chatters hung out with me. Well, I hope it went well, regardless. Oak said, Logan face tier list. Oh, you know, Oak, I tried checking that out on Tier Maker. At first, it didn't let me do it because it was like, you have an ad blocker. But then after a couple tries, it let me. But then I realized something, Oak. Because of my crippling self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and confidence issues, I wanted to place all pictures of me on the F tier, and I thought, well, that wouldn't be very fair at all. But thank you for those who didn't see, Oak put together on our Discord a tier list of all the weird screen caps of my face making unusual expressions. A lot of kind of expressions for some reason, but I hope you all enjoyed that. Quickly to say, man, I wish I had wafers, lol. I forgot I was out. I made sure to bring snacks today. I got 2 kinds of snacks. I got some little Reese's Peanut Butter Cup minis and some barbecue Pringles. I'll probably be yapping too much to use them or to make use of them, but I look forward to them. Over on YouTube, ValTube said, my weekend's going fine. I voted for the first time. Oh, wait, where are you from, ValTube? Because I was going to say, I don't think there's any elections here. Obviously, we don't want to talk about like politics or stuff like that, but I hope you enjoyed it. Do you get one of the stickers? My cat is obsessed with those little I voted stickers. Toby says, hi, how you doing, Toby? How's your weekend going? ValTube says, hi, with a smile. Okay, I will read some more of the chat in a little bit. Let's play some actual game. Objection! Unrelated? You can do better than that! Was one of the voices Ms. Hart heard really even, Ms. Ringers? I mean, I guess because the masks everyone was wearing at the underground auction at the voice changer distorter things, it may be difficult to pinpoint, but lady, you still gotta prove that it was what it was or wasn't. Burden of proof, yo. Oh, you're kidding me, right? Them folks was talking crime-related turkey, or my name ain't Lotta Danged Hart. That's right, my middle name is Danged with a lowercase d. But did you hear them clearly? Well, can't rightly say for sure, but... No, I can't say nothing and you know it. They was using voice changers. I done told y'all that. Precisely. Ms. Hart heard voices, but those voices were disguised, which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did hear had anything to do with the murder. Objection! Oh, I'm getting smug. Hey, that's my smug laugh. You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems I overestimated you, Judge Gavale. Oh, I forgot this guy is here. Nonsense. Verity's the best of us, my boy. The very best. Is he the best? Is he the best? Winner. I can read some more in the chat now because I miss you guys already. Vera said, the sandwich came to me in a vision, so I've never tried it prior to this, so it is a gamble. I'm not good at gamble sandwiches. I think I told you one time when I was a kid, I tried mixing stuff together. I thought it would taste good. It was awful.
Katie hates you and wants you to burn for eternity. Bo.
Whoa, it was Bo. Queen Katie, I thought we were friends. Why do you hate me and want me to burn for eternity? What did I do wrong? Queen Katie. I love all of you. I don't hate any of you. Why? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think I told you one time when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna make a new recipe for some kind of fun. And I'm like, I like cheddar cheese, I like grape jelly, and I like cinnamon sugar. So I'm gonna take a slice of cheddar cheese, smear on some grape jelly, sprinkle in some cinnamon sugar. Surely this will be delicious. And it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. So I hope you have better sense than I do, Vero. Lesbian Wolf says, I had a nosebleed earlier. I hope it didn't like stain your clothes. That's the thing I hate the most about that. Are you doing okay though? I hope you're not like anemic or anything like that. Or are you like an anime character and you saw someone very attractive and just like out like that? And then Lesbian Wolf says, boo lata. Oak says to Vero, Twin Peaks sandwich. Crystal says Vero sandwich. Oh, whatever it is, if it's good, it needs to be named after Vero. Oak says Edgeworth was using his words. Crystal says, oh, Oak said he was talking and then you interrupted him. Verity. Rukov says, okay, going to headbutt the sleep pinata. Good night, Rukov. Thank you so much for being here, even if it was briefly. Always awesome to see you. Sleep well. Good night. Over on YouTube, Valtube says, I'm from Argentina. Awesome. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Toby says, my weekend was great. I had friends over for board games. I want to have like a board game night. I need to organize one, but it like requires organization and scheduling. And friends who want to come over to my house. Valtube says, I love Logan's take on Excelsius's voice. Oh, thank you! I think last stream Vero expressed approval for it as well. So thank you. That's 2 votes in favor of it. Let me have a sip of water. We'll get back in the game.
Logan, you have to become a bat for Kitty to love you. Otherwise you will be tortured forever in a room with red drapes and a black and white zigzag floor with a little man whispering mysterious poems to you in reverse. Boo.
Ah! That sounds like a reference to something. Okay, I'll try to become a bat here. Need my bat wings. Bleh, bleh, I'm a vampire bat, bleh, from Transylvania. Ooh, does that work? Is that believable? Do you believe the lie that I'm a bat, Queen Katie? Anyway, okay, let's play some more of the game. And yet she believes that what Miss Hart heard might not have had anything to do with the murder. Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go to the roof. That much we can say for certain. Also, I do wish that we could play the same, like, card that the bad guys play in these games. Because a lot of the time we'll have, like, an idea. We'll say, all right, the evidence points this. They say, oh, but what if this? And we say nothing, but anytime we go, oh, what if? They say, where's your proof? So she says, we don't know. It could have been unrelated. It's like, all right, prove it. Prove it was unrelated. Do that. Do the thing you make me do. That much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. Oh, crap. This proves that the incident happened before the victim went up to the... Oh, okay. Thank goodness. It's just going to be the blood on the hand. It could be ketchup, but it's going to be the blood on the hand. I was worried because I didn't save. It's going to be down here. We're going to catch the victim red-handed. Take that! We initially thought that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Yes, because Miss Hart said as much. It still might be. Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw on this person's hand. And I doubt many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim. Oh, here's a good way to check it. Uh-huh.
Kitty loves you again.
Yay!
DW, you will no longer be subject to the Black Lodge.
What is the Black
Hey,
Lodge?
smile boo.
Ah! Thank you for the tip. So it's got to be a Twin Peaks thing, right? I feel like I saw an episode of The Simpsons that made fun of that with the backwards talking thing. But I don't know. But thank you, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Oh, pin message written by Lesbian Wolf, pinned by Crystal. Said, man, I hate when a murder happens and I get ketchup all over my hands, making me seem guilty. Happens to me all the time. I mean, I just carry around ketchup because I like it. And then when I see a murder, I have this weird instinct to get scared and go, ah, all over my hand. Oh. It's a really bad habit I have, but it's ingrained in me. It's tough to break. But thank you for the pin message. I do appreciate it. What was I gonna say though about this guy? Oh yeah, there's a way to check. I forgot about this before. If we check the photo of the body, we should be able to see if the body had any blood on either of her hands. One hand had a burn. Did the other hand have blood on it? Oh, it does. Okay, so maybe that does mean that it is the victim because it corresponds to. I mean, it is possible there could be two people involved in this that both have bloody hands. I still think that the weird puncture wound thing, the fact that it's on the coat too that she wasn't wearing at the time or doesn't seem to have been wearing, because look at the coat. Okay, the coat goes down below the butt. Does the hoodie does too. There's something more. I do wonder if maybe Hilda Hertz lied in her initial findings when she said that the blow to the head was post-mortem, but that would seem to implicate her and or Needler, and I have been running on the assumption that Excelsius is the killer, but maybe it's one of the two of them? I'm sorry, Oak, if I'm casting aspersions on your great-grand wife there, but I can't help but be suspicious. Opinion on YouTube says, I arrive! Welcome, Opinion! How you doing? ValTube says, hi! Opinion says, hi, with a little smiley face with the threes, so it looks like a little kitty cat's muzzle. All right, we'll play some more, and then I'll read some more in the chat in a minute. But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack. But now it tells us something very important about the victim too, that the victim didn't die immediately in the attack. But here's the thing, if the victim was stabbed like in the heart, wouldn't you like be, putting pressure on the wound instead of just like arms casually down the side like that? We did find, I think we did find blood on the ladder, so this does check out with that. Oh crap! This picture tells us that the victim was the ringleader, survived the attack. There we are. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. But here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. This can only mean that Ms. Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wounds she had sustained. What are you talking about? I wasn't listening. I downloaded Subway Surfers on my phone. It's like watching the bottom half of TikTok videos. Who dies from a hand wound? The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try and staunch a wound, huh?
I know one lady who would hate it if you stabbed someone's heart. This is a future foreshadowing to an unnamed game. It is unclear if Logan will ever play it, so when the time comes I hope it dawns on Logan even if it's years later.
Okay, I gotta guess it could be... Because there's a bunch of games I've expressed that I want to play, but I just don't know when. Like Yangtze River. Maybe it's 999. Maybe it's the sequel to AI, the Somnium Files. I just think if you stab someone's heart, you might as well stab Lotta Heart. I am so done with her. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. I should read some more in the chat, though. Let's see. Crystal says Vero, Vero, Vero. Wait, is Vero like Beetlejuice? If you say Vero, 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 does Vero appear? Crystal says, why? Oh, it's Nora! No, I didn't think you were able to be here. You said on Discord you wouldn't be able to be to Twitch. How you doing, Nora? Welcome, welcome, welcome! But like I said, I gotta read some more in the chat. Crystal says, night night, Rukop. Oh, and then Crystal says to Vero, Molst. Yes, Molst Vero. Oak says, well, there wasn't anything wrong with it. I just wanted to try the Windows repair feature to see if it would help with speeds because I'm using copy of Windows from my old 8-year-old computer on a slow hard drive, so it has a lot of clutter. Quickity said, also, I added some new Stream Deck commands to my Stream Deck, including an instant button for whenever someone mentions Betty or Heisman. All right, we're gonna test out. Oak says, and then I had to reinstall a bunch of drivers. Betty defame. Heisman, Betty defame. Oak says, Queen Katie, Betty. Queen Katie says, Betty with a heart. Says, see, speed. Oak says, Heisman. Queen Katie says, Heisman with a heart. Oak says, Logan Robo. No, Logan Robo with a heart. Crystal says, yes, he is the best. Let's see, over on YouTube, Toby says, if I had too much free time, I would definitely prepare ketchup packets all over my clothes to fake my death whenever necessary. Would they be like the squib packets in movies? Like when someone gets shot with blanks that they like explode? I've been shot in a movie before. I had a small role in a movie where I was like, I think it was a British or American soldier. I can't remember, but I was it must have been British. Escaped because from a German POW camp in World War II. And at one point running away, and the guy pulls the gun and shoots me, and I fall down dead. Yeah, because that's the thing that happened. Crystal says on YouTube, hello, chat. Valtube says hello. Toby says hello. Valtube says, I love this community. I do too. I have the best community. You guys are amazing. Crystal says, so chat, what do you think of Lot of Heart? Val says, she has a lot of heart, but Opinion says, Lotta's overhated. Oh, well, I would love to hear a defense of Lot of Heart. Valtube says, true, she's funny. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the game. The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try and staunch a wound. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim was already mortally wounded here. So, does that mean that when Kay saw... assuming it's Rosie Ringer, when Kay saw her upstairs, that Kay maybe accidentally got shoved down there, and Kay should have administered first aid to Rosie, because they're friends, right? They'd been writing letters. Oh, well, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it? It very much would, not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken, after the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. That would have been quite the coincidence. Well, coincidences happen. Why would that be a coincidence? Why? It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth. What, that they knew each other? Well, that or pretending not to remember it. What fact am I forgetting? Also, I gotta make sure to save periodically, because I don't want to get caught unawares if I gotta present evidence again, and if I'll be dumb and don't know what I'm supposed to present. I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery. Dad, Gavel works for me. Let me tell her when to put people out of their misery. Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job. Oh, you really are. A total and utter embarrassment. Sploosh. I am not. I'm a winner. I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Okay, let me read some more in the chat. Quickita says, quote, I forgot this guy is here. It's like, nah, you're right, we all do. Quickita says, oh, what? Crystal says, laughing, oh, no. Quickita says, oh, what? Oak said, Katie does not have a button for Logan Robo Heart. Quickita says, no, Logan, no. Crystal says, rip. Quickita said, look, Logan is not a bat. Lesbian Wolf said, Katie versus Logan, 2025. Quickita said, if Logan had bat wings or bat ears, then maybe he'd get a button. Lesbian Wolf said, my clothes and generally okay. First time getting one though, a little scary. Wait, that was your first time ever having a bloody nose? Wow. You've led a charmed life. Like, I remember getting a bloody nose like in kindergarten. I think that was probably my first one because I think some other kid had a bloody nose at one point earlier in the school year. and some like the blood had dripped down, got into his mouth, and we're like, oh, gross, you got your blood in your mouth. And then I started thinking, like, what does it taste like? It's red. Does it taste like cherry or something like that? And then I eventually got a bloody nose, and a little big guy, and I think, no, the blood just tastes like blood. Quickita says, Oak once again, Oak what? Oak says, Katie does this work. When does Logan get a button? Quickita said, Oak, fine, I'll go make a button. I got a button! Quickita says, happy now. Oak says, yes. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch over on YouTube. I should probably play some game, then I'll read YouTube first next time. But let me have a sip of water, and we'll get back into this. I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Go to it, Gavel. Put Edgeworth out of misandry. Yeah? Out of misery. As you wish. Another cross-examination. Nice. Less than a half hour into stream. We already got to one of these. What you're forgetting. Ms. Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest. And we all know what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. Is she gonna say that you'd die, like, instantly, wouldn't be able to... Oh, because wasn't that the whole thing that we decided that a lot of the blood, because the thing was pulled out and it, like, gushed out, and so that much blood loss she wouldn't be able to... So in that case, it was probably just a blow to the head at that point. And it wasn't post-mortem like Hilda Hertz said, but that makes Hilda Hertz kind of sus. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Nicely done, Gavel. Now, I wasn't done saying my words. Mr. Edgeworth, I couldn't see my words. Oh. Make several objections. Yes, I'm afraid I will. What? Why? Weren't you listening when I tried to say, now Edgeworth will have to. Oh, that makes sense why you said make several objections. How did you know I said that? Oh, I was listening very carefully, in fact, hence my objections. Oh, come on, why do you always have to undermine me? That's never my intention, I assure you. Oh, it isn't? Because, what happened? Oh, there's a poll in the chat. We got a Twitch poll up. It says, Paid, what would Logan's fursona be? I feel like we had this poll one time a couple of years ago. Naked man, lots of body hair. Sloth, a possum, a shrimp, or no gal. Don't trust him. Go ahead and cast your votes. Where did these ideas come from for the animals there? I'll read a couple of comments just over on YouTube because we don't have music going. I feel like it's always awkward when I'm reading too much when there's no music. But let's see. There's a lot of talking over on YouTube. Crystal says, speaking of a lot of heart, says, she's frustrating in the first game. She lied again and again and again and again for no reason. Sorry. Opinion says, sometimes people act like she's the only non-culprit witness to lie. That is fair. Like, everybody lies. Maybe it's just because she was so early on in the game, and back then we still were wide-eyed and optimistic and thought people would be honest. Huh?
Those are the animals that best capture your spirit. Boo.
Ah! A shrimp? A possum? A nude man? I don't even get my swim blazer. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Let's see. Opinion says, like that. Yes. Valtube says, I love Excelsius's theme. Crystal says, yeah, true. All witnesses did it. Excuse me. In Ace Attorney, but a lot of heart, just so frustrating out of all of them. Probably it's because it involves Miles. Opinion says, she's selfish. Yeah. Why does that give everyone such a visceral hatred of her? Crystal says, Eustace's am not laughing. Valtube said, I love Rangu gamers take on Lada's voice. He is the one that got me into Ace Attorney. What is that voice like? Crystal says, we hate her for the funnies. I don't know about Logan, though. I don't like genuinely viscerally hate her. Like, part of it is just for the laughs.
Wrong.
Huh?
A nude man with so much body hair it covers everything up. Except the boo.
Ah!
Bees.
Hey, ho. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I mean, I guess you can. Do you guys... okay, you guys know the game Final Fantasy, right? Right? There's a part where you see Sephiroth basically naked, but his stuff is covered up by the hairs from the stuff down there, and it's long and white and it's gross, and I can't believe that they had that in the old game. So I guess I could be like Sephiroth. Oh no, the winner is Possum with 58% of the vote. Crystal contributing 200 channel points. Second place is No Gal. I don't trust him. Three-way tie after that between Naked Man, Sloth, and Trip. I'm kind of surprised that Twitch let you do a poll that had the word naked in it. Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up some more of the chat in a little bit. Let's play some games. We'll get some background music. I didn't even catch up to YouTube chat this time because you do it so well to yourself every single time already. Of course it isn't. Yeah, I knew that because I'm... Please, Eustace, just stop. For goodness sake, you've already embarrassed me enough. I feel like I'm struggling with his voice now that people have complimented me on his voice. What do you mean, Dad? What you're forgetting? Okay, now you guys know the drill. We always save right before cross-examination, press every statement, and then figure out what evidence we're going to present. But now I can read some more chat. I'll read a couple of Twitch, then I'll catch up on YouTube, and then we'll get back into the game. Lesbian Wolf says, man, I hate when a murder happens and I get ketchup all over my hands, making me seem guilty. Oh, that was a pin message earlier. Oak says to Lesbian Wolf, stop touching ketchup. Oh, do you not touch ketchup? You're missing out. Crystal says, so relatable, Lesbian Wolf. Lesbian Wolf says to Oak, I am just like the girls of Ace Attorney, falsely accused of murder several times. Touching ketchup is a simple joy. Oak says, Maya, I missed you. Said, who would have thought you would transform into a lesbian wolf? Lesbian Wolf says, was the ringleader is a crazy option. Maybe I should have pressed that for the funnies, except I didn't save right beforehand. Nora said, what's this? A wild Nora has appeared. How am I in here? I'm sneaky. That's how. Welcome, Nora, but I hope you're not getting in trouble with your dad for being here for welcome. Now I can read some more over on YouTube as well. Let's see, where did I leave off though? Toby says, I've never hated her. She's just a natural disaster that the protagonists have to deal with. Crystal says, but in general, I think the fandom hates a lot of heart because the case she was in involves one of the most loved characters, which is Edgy Boy. That could be. Your opinion says, that's what's fun about her. She's annoying as heck and it's hilarious. Selfish female characters, loud female characters, annoying female characters, get behind me. Crystal says, loud female characters are ... the best. Opinion says, heck yeah. Eustace with some hearts. Valtube says, sadly, there's no voice chat to imitate Rangu's Lata voice. Maybe I'm just gonna have to look it up. It was Rangu Gamer. I'm gonna type that in here. Rangu Gamer Lata Heart voice. I'm putting that in my text file of notes here. And Toby says, what? Over on Twitch, Queen Katie says, I know what game Vero is referring to, and I'm currently triggered by that memory. Oak says, Crystal says, why? Crystal says, what? Nora says, ooh-es. Crystal says, no, I don't. Crystal says, ooh-es. Queen Katie says, Betty Hart. Highs May Hart. Okay, let's play some more, and then I will be back to the chat in just a moment. Ms. Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest.
Hold it!
3 wounds! That can't have been pleasant. I mean, 2, perhaps. 4, maybe so. But 3. Because like 3, it's like the first 2 is like, this is getting worse and worse. And 3 is like, that's the pit of worse. 4 is like, it starts to turn around and get good. Yes, which is why we must see that the perpetrator of this cruel act pays for their sins. Don't listen to her, Kay. She's just trying to scare you. You go and stab anyone you want 3 times. You're allowed. I give you permission as your adopted father. If we could please continue on, Judge Gavel. Very well. As I was saying, there were 3 wounds. And we all know that what those wounds are from, don't we?
Hold it!
I do, but perhaps we should ask Mr. Winner. I mean, just for funsies. He does. I'm sure. Don't you, Eustace? Oh, me? Oh, you bet I do. I know this case inside out by Pixar. Who does he think he's fooling? Oh, Eustace, my boy, make an old man happy and at least glance in the coroner's report, would you? Sure, let's see. Yada yada, 3 puncture wounds, blah blah, candle holder. No way! Or that's what they used? Oh, that is crazy! Why didn't somebody tell me?
The sandwich is done. Tired the first bite and it's okay, I think.
Ooh.
Deaf on the weird side but tastes good enough. It consists of
Oh, here we get to hear it.
roll, bread that I just made.
Ooh.
Sliced roasted chicken.
Ooh.
Yes, I roasted it and seasoned it. It's the chest part.
Oh, wow.
Romaine lettuce.
Romaine lettuce, melted cheese. Oh, what type of cheese? Because it can make or break a sandwich there. And some curry from lunch that was in the fridge and cold Coke. Wait, to drink with it, or did you pour the cold Coke on the sandwich? Said it was too much effort, but at least my vision is cleared. Is it good? Is it all good? He said first bite and it's okay. Is it getting better? Thank you for the 10 bits. I should read some more in the chat, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Let's see. Nora said, y'all remember the water fight I got into with my friends AJ and Z? Yes, where you tried to fight Z? Crystal says, 2 typos in just 1 minute. I saw that, Queen Katie. Nora says, well, Z and I have come to a truce and we're bringing water guns next time. And then I love Lotta Heart. Bro, Chainsaw Man broke me today. Episode 8 out. Nora, you're too young to be watching Chainsaw Man, Missy. Over on YouTube, Valtube is saying, Logan watching Rengu's gameplay is something I could never imagine, not even in my wildest dreams. Is it bad? Aren't you the one who recommend? Well, no, you just said I need to hear his Lotta Heart voice. Should I avoid it? Should I erase that suggestion that you gave me from my notes? I don't even know who Rengu Gamer is. Percy Williams says hello. How you doing, Percy? Wait, have you been here before? I'm trying to remember if I've seen that name Percy Williams before. If you haven't, hi, welcome. Pull up a chair. Hope you enjoy your time. But that scene, I don't know if it's just because that's like a familiar sounding name. Maybe I'm crazy. But if you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome for the first time, Percy Williams. Valtube says hello. Toby says aloha. Crystal says welcome in Percy. Opinion says, wait, she did look at the coroner's report earlier. She started reading it out loud. Crystal says, is Rengu Gamer a Spanish YouTuber? Valtube says, no, you watching Rengu isn't bad. It's really, really good. Oh, okay. I should ask, is Rengu Gamer on Twitch or on YouTube? Some other platform? Let me have a sip of water, then we'll get back in the game. No way, that's what they used? It's crazy. Precisely. The wounds were inflicted just as Eustace says. That's right, they're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. Hold it! And you're sure the stabs to the chest were the cause of death? There's no doubt about that. None. One of the spikes of the candelabrum even pierced the victim's heart. And unless you mean to call Dr. Hurt's professional opinion into question, we can only treat that as a fact. I'm gonna! Why isn't she here? We should be able to question... Well, I guess maybe Excelsius didn't know we were going to be talking about this today. The coroner's opinion backing up my own winning ones. Now that's what I call a flawless victory. Well, I'm certainly not going to ignore the coroner's findings. Hey, what about my findings? You can't just ignore them. But if the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum, I'm still talking. I have other findings. I'm finding this really cool rock on the ground outside. It's kind of smooth but flat on one side. That would seem to contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered. Wait, what does? Hi?
Yes, Hilda, come back to the story, my goat. Also, take your clothes off.
No. A booga? Is that what that was? Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I will... You know, I know that we have a lot of thirsting going on in the chat. I'm going to draw the line at Hilda Hurt's wearing anything less than she's already wearing. My apologies. But that's just... There's inappropriate and then there's just gross. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Oak. Okay, so that apparently is the statement that we need to present evidence for. If the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum, that would seem to contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered. So we'll check that out in a minute, but let's press the other statement just to see if we get anything fun. He's not just ignoring my findings, he's ignoring me. Do something, Gavel. Make Miles Senpai notice me. As you wish. At the very least, I will ensure that he cannot ignore my own conclusions. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds. But the victim may not necessarily have died instantly. I think we can say that much at least. Perhaps. But she would surely not have lived for longer than a few moments either. So, there are people who could survive even if you stabbed them in the chest? This is important to know for my future thieving and crimes. Let me take some notes. Sure, there might be, and there might not be too. So which is it? Trust me, there are not. And in case you're still tempted to believe there might be. I actually like that. We don't get many interactions directly between Kay and Eustace. They're the same age, right? Can they get married when they grow up? Or is that not allowed? Trust me, there are not. And in case you're still tempted to believe there might be, if you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune. All right, let me read some more in the chat because I've been away from it for a while. Quiggy said, hey, Nora, I shouted you on my stream today. I got a Daisuke clip. I don't know what it was, though. Nora said, oh, it's probably Daisuke saying, I'm not interested in women. Quiggy said, yeah, maybe. Lol, Veer with the Unlurk said, I'm here with a sandwich. Said, Nora, you made it. Quiggy said, yeah, sandwich. What are the insides of the witch? Oh, and a pin message pinned by Vero saying, maybe check the court record, see the ages. Oh, it's a good. Okay, let's check that out real quick because I think they're the same age, right? Eustace is 17. Kay is 17. They are hand-holding appropriate. So thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate it. I'll read some more on YouTube in just a second here, though. Nora says, yeah, I'm being sneaky. Vera said, wait, I gotta clip something first. Well, you gotta clip something. Nora said, it's not on my phone, so technically not rule breaking. I'm drawing Power right now. I love Power. Okay, Power from Chainsaw Man is fun. She's a fun character. And I love her thing with her cat and all that. But I can't look at her without... I am incapable of looking at her without thinking about how awful she must smell after they established that in the show. I'm sorry, but it's true. Over on YouTube, Valtube said, Rangu is both on YouTube and Twitch, but if you want his AA content, you have to go to YouTube. I've only watched all English and German Ace Attorney Let's Plays. Should I learn Spanish to watch all the Spanish ones as well? Valtube says, yes, you should. Rangu's Let's Plays are peak. Percy Williams says, what do you think of Dragula by Rob Zombie? The problem is I'm not cool when it comes to music. So I might have heard that song. Maybe, but I don't, like, off the top of my head, you say that, and I'm like, I just assume that's a drag queen Dracula. I'm not cool when it comes to music. What do you think of it? Do you recommend it? Is this something I should look up? Percy Williams? If you would care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune.
Hold it!
Cause of death is the set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest, inflicted by a candle holder. Well done for reading, Mr. Edgeworth. That report forms the basis of my own conclusions. In other words, if I disprove what it says, I disprove your conclusions too. Yeah, it's not looking good for Hilda Hertz. She's either a murderer or an accomplice covering up a murder. Yeah, you have the strangest sense of humor, but I wouldn't mind seeing you try. However, before you do, I would advise you to read that report very carefully. After all, I am not interested in your opinions, only in solidly grounded deductions. Very well, then you shall have my deductions. Mr. Edgeworth, were you two flirting? I thought you were gay. I don't know, this is the most I've ever seen you talk to a woman. 220K, everything will be all right. Oh. Yep, you're gay. I need to find something to prove that the victim was still alive and breathing immediately after the attack. If I can't, Kay's fate will be sealed. Okay, so it's going to be the third statement, right? This is the one that he was hinting at. That's right, they're from when she was stabbed in the chest by 3 armed candelabras. So we need to find evidence to suggest that is not the case. Obviously, it's not going to be the coroner's report because the coroner's report says that. So let's, I guess, go through all of our evidence real quick and see what we can find. So we got Yatagrasu pin, the pin Kay always wears, the Jammin Ninja mask model on Jammin Ninja's face, made of cheap plastic, the letter that Kay was carrying, it's addressed to her, ticket stub for the big building, the magenta flower, made of fabric usually worn on the chest as a decoration torn from the victim's clothes, contains a cross-section of the building and a plan of the viewing platform. Kay remembers a person coming from beyond the concession stand and pushing her off the building. A key card that grants entry to the committee chamber found in the victim's hand. 3 armed candle holder that may have been the murder weapon, judging by the wounds to the victim's chest. I believe we have looked closer at this, but maybe we'll be able to see something new now. Oh yeah, because it's like, it's not checked off anymore. Maybe we'll have something new about it. Let's look at the bottom first. The bottom. The base is a very unique shape. If it were removed from a dusty shelf or something, it would be immediately obvious what had been standing there. Okay, so we already saw that before, and that's checked off now. But I bet we're gonna go over the fact that, hang on, I gotta zoom out a little bit. The fact that there's blood here, maybe that there should be more blood than there actually is, that the wounds are deep enough, or we can say, can we have the blood tested, or maybe we're gonna find something here. Let's see. The prongs of each arm are covered in blood. The spacing matches that of the wounds in the victim's chest. But is this really the murder weapon? Oh, never mind, that's all. I thought we were gonna discover something. Coroner's findings, initial findings of Dr. Hilda Hertz, cause of death, stab wound to the chest, head injury sustained post-mortem. Preliminary findings, place the time of death at sometime late last night. Cause of death is a set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest inflicted by a candle holder. Victim also suffered a head injury post-mortem. Other remarks, prominent burn mark on the back of the victim's right hand. Okay, so that's what we have to disprove. So we've got to find something that says something different. Keycard record of keycards used to enter the committee chamber. Victim's letter. The ringleader's appearance. Ringleader wore a white jacket, white gloves, a magenta flower, and a mask. Age and gender could not be discerned. It might be this. The fact that she wasn't wearing this, or doesn't appear to be. I mean, I guess you could claim that maybe it was under the hoodie, but that's possible. Ms. Hart's statement. Is there anything here? Illicit auction held in the big building. Items on sale were mainly items of police evidence related to homicide cases. 11 attendees altogether, all wearing masks. Auction continued even after the murder occurred. Broken plushie, the stuffed animal we originally found in Zengfa presidential plane, missing its left horn. Selection of various masks was kept on a rack. Each participant in the auction wore one. Ms. Hart's picture, gosh, yeah, I'm struggling here. Oh, it's probably gonna be you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the red raincoat. Doesn't have the puncture wounds, but then again, it might not be zipped up. So that doesn't prove anything. Oh, the blood was found on the hood. That's what it's gonna be. The blood wasn't found on the chest. The blood was found on just the hood. And the idea is if she was stabbed in the chest, there'd be blood. Okay, so this is what it's gonna be. So I believe we already saved, so let's present. Objection! Hey, we got it. You guys were worried I was gonna present that other thing. Chairman winner, you know what this is, of course. The red raincoat. That's right, isn't it, Verity? Yes, sir, the one Miss Ringer was wearing. I warn you, Mr. Edgeworth, you will not be thanked for retreading old ground here. Well, I'm afraid I might have to regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me this, Judge Gavel. You told us the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found? Of course, they were found on the hood. Oh, no. Oh. The head is not in the chest. The brain is not in the boob. What's the matter, Verity? Huh?
Would you describe yourself as a pushover who is lonely and hates old ladies? If it changes your answer, you killed that old lady in P4 and you are bad at getting over it, got pushed over. Boo. Ah!
Thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, well, first, I would not consider myself a pushover. And I would not say I hate old ladies. Just that I am not attracted to them, if that is okay. Lonely, yeah, you got me there. But wait, which old lady did I kill in Persona 4? I remember there was like an old lady who was always wearing like a black veil and morning clothes and stuff like that. But I only hung out with her like twice. Was that gonna be one where she dies at the end? Well, since I didn't finish that social link, I didn't kill her. So my hands are clean of ketchup. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, I appreciate it. Let me read some more in the chat here. Let's see. Oak says, oh, that was the poll from earlier. Vera said, on it. Lesbian Wolf said, my brother and mom used to get them bad as kids. I think my sleep issues triggered whatever makes them bleed. I just know, I think I get a lot of it in part because it's very dry here. And so it's easy for my nose to dry out. I don't know if that is science or not. Nora said, oh, Oak, I gotta do a DM you something. Oak says, those are just the animals I think are most Logan-like. So was a naked man. You think I'm like a naked man? I am not like a naked man. A sloth, a possum, and a shrimp. Crystal says, meow. How you doing, Crystal? Lesbian Wolf said, why isn't wolf an option? Veer said, I think Logan would be a tiger. We've talked about this before, I feel like, right? I'd be a tiger, not a lion. Over on YouTube, Valtube said, Logan, what music did you like to say you are... Wait, what music did you like to say that you were not cool with music? I'm just not like cool with it. Like, I don't have hip taste. I don't keep up with what's on the music scene. I don't know what the latest thing is that people listen to. I like nerdy music. I like Weird Al Yankovic. I've got playlists that have stuff like They Might Be Giants, Bare Naked Ladies, Mumford and Sons, old classic stuff by like Oingo Boingo, things like that. I'm just not cool. That's why anytime like someone in the chat like Nora will say, you should sing such and such song by so-and-so modern day, current day singer, I'm like, I don't know that. I do not know that. Toby says, I just listened to it. Cool song. I have bad taste, so it's not my thing. Valtube said, I can't judge musical taste because my musical taste is based on the soundtracks of the media I consume, plus every JoJo musical reference. I was kind of bummed. Speaking, I mentioned that I like some classic bands like Oingo Boingo. I was bummed that in the dub they couldn't call them Oingo Boingo because of copyright stuff, the two characters. And Crystal says, nerdy music. Can you give an example, Logan? Laughing. Like I said, Weird Al. Weird Al is pretty nerdy, right? They Might Be Giants is nerdy. Oh, hang on, there's a pin message here written by Oak. Pin by Vera said, no, you killed the old lady in an Adachi social link. You ran over her with your car. I was not driving that car. I did not do it. I merely witnessed an old lady aside. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that.
Logan, why are those ladies naked? That's not appropriate. What a freak.
So, okay, so we're talking about the band Bare Naked Ladies. One of my favorite things, speaking of Weird Al, if you can find these still, I think that they should still be up on YouTube. He had like a Saturday morning kids show back in, I don't know when it was. Probably the 90s, maybe early 2000s, I don't know. But there was one episode where Bare Naked Ladies, the band, was like a guest on his Saturday morning kids show. And Weird Al was so great, it was like, hey kids, go get your mom and dad and tell them to gather around the TV. Let them know we're gonna have Bare Naked Ladies on the show today. I'm like, oh, Weird Al, you're a national treasure. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. Oak says to Lesbian Wolf, I was gonna include more stuff, but I ran out of space. Lesbian Wolf says, lol, real. Our castle is back! Said, how many shrimp do you have to eat before it makes your skin turn pink? I don't know, I feel like eating shrimp has always been a little bit ruined for me ever since people are like, hey, you know that line going around on the edge of shrimp? That's their poo. I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat their poo. But anyway, let's get back to the game and I'll read some more. But good to see you, Castle! Welcome back. I'm always happy when we meet someone, that person comes back. But let's play some more. What's the matter, Verity? The hood and ... Was blood found anywhere else on the raincoat? No, it was not. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead one to expect to find blood stains in that area? And yet, there was blood only on the hood. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. So the question is, it sounds like the head wound then was not post-mortem. It was pre-mortem. And so then we need to figure out, was she dead before she was stabbed? Or it was just that the raincoat was swapped out for the white coat and then stabbed? Like, what's the order here? The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental injury. Oh, maybe it knocked her out. No, because she was up and walking around. It was inflicted before the stab wounds to her chest. Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. Well, the coroner report doesn't say that, so we gotta call Hilda Hertz in here, and with her, Needler. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Ms. Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted on her. But even if we concede this point that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? All right, I'm going to say it because I'm guessing it's going to have me present that coroner's report. But I could be wrong. Oh, we got a pin message. Oh, it's from Oak saying my birthday's less than an hour and a half. Okay, you got to remind us when it hits midnight your time zone, because Oak, we got to sing happy birthday to you. Them's the rules. Let's see, I should read some more in the chat, though. Oak says, awooga. Oh, instead of so you did a booga instead of awooga. Lesbian Wolf says, ooh, Final Fantasy VII. That's probably my second favorite Final Fantasy after 6. Oak said, and where can I find this image of Sephiroth? It was in one of the cutscenes. He's in like a tube or something. and he's shirtless, and it pans down just below the waist, and you can see just copious amounts of long, white, flowing hair. Crystal says, to Castle, welcome in. Crystal says, laughing. Nora says, sorry, computer died. I'm back. Oak with the timestamp, 33. Look at that. I am less than 25 minutes behind. I am doing delightfully. Toby says, White and Nerdy by Weird Al, perhaps. I love that song. I used to, when I first started going to the gym, I would do like planks, and I hated just like staring at a clock. And so I would just like recite that song specifically in my head to see how much time had passed. You know, first in my class here at MIT, got skills, I'm a champion at D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep it 40, I'll just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin, to the contrary. You'll find that they are quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my library. My MySpace page is all totally pimped out. Got people begging for my top 8 spaces. Yo, I know pie to 1,000 places. Ain't got no grill, but I still wear braces. Well, yeah, I haven't done this in a long time. I order all of my sandwiches with mayonnaise. I'm a whiz minesweeper, I can play for days. When you see my sweet moves, you can stay amazed. My fingers moving so fast that the place blaze. There ain't no killer app I run. App Pascal, well, I'm number 1. Do vector calculus just for fun. Ain't got a cop, but I got a soldering gun. Happy Days, my favorite theme song. Sure kick your butt at a game of ping pong. I'll ace any trivia quiz you bring on. I'm fluent in JavaScript as well as Klingon. Yes, I like that song, Toby. Valtube said, for me, hearing Weird Al makes you cool AF.
Imagine going to the gym and you see the most shredded man in your life blasting Weird Al so loud that you can hear it through his headphones.
I'd look up to that guy. Oh, no boo that time. I'd look up to that man. Actually, I try to keep my head down and not talk to or make eye contact with people at the gym. I go there when I'm just like a sweaty, grubby mess. And it sucks because every now and then there'll be like a really cute girl there. And it'll be like, I must hide my disgustingness from her. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. And Valtube is saying, kind of egocentric on my part because I love Weird Al's music. I love Weird Al's music too. I've mentioned before, I've got his autograph. I have gotten a photo taken with him, which I will never show you guys because it was when I had awful hair. I mean, it's still not good, but it was even worse back then. Valtube said, by the way, my favorite Weird Al song is Albuquerque. Oh, that's such a good one. I do not have that one memorized because that one is so long, but Albuquerque is great. And Toby with an emote. Liberty, a couple more comments over on Twitch. Let's see. Oak says, and how does it, and how does it get good, Logan? Or should I say freak again? Wait, what? Gets good? Huh? Nora says, my druth ring of power is cooking. Quick said, BRB gonna hunt down food to nab and eat. Vera said, drink with it. Oh, you don't pour cold Coke all over your sandwich? Make it all soggy? You dip it in the cold Coke? And you like, actually, I'm not a fan of cola in general, so I probably would enjoy that. Castle says, au jus Coke. Oh, yes, it was like au jus sauce when you like dip it in sandwich. Yes, just like that. Just dip the sandwich in the Coca-Cola. Yes, Castle. Quicken said, yeah, I would hope you're drinking it. Oak says, use a cold Coke as a sauce. Vera said, I think it's getting better. Oak says, dip it in. Lesbian Wolf says, objection. I would assume you're dipping the sandwich in Coke. See, everybody's got the same idea here. Let's play some more of the game. What difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? Oh yeah, I was gonna save. Did I save? I can't remember if I saved or not. I should make sure that I saved because I'm guessing I'll have to present evidence, and the evidence should simply be the coroner's report contradicts this by saying that the wound was sustained post-mortem, and we'll probably have to like call in Hilda Hertz. I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction. That is quite the bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction with some evidence. Which piece of evidence best demonstrates the contradiction? The order of the injuries revealed. It's gonna be the coroner's report, yeah? Is that this? No, that's Miss Harstad. Which one's the coroner's report? Where is the coroner? Is that this? That's key card. Where's the coroner's report? Okay, big recollection catalog. Oh, there. Oh, it's a body. That's why I didn't recognize the picture. The report is the corpse. Present. Take that. This is Dr. Hertz's preliminary findings, according to which the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem. Oh, so maybe it wasn't an intentional problem. Maybe it's just because it was preliminary, and we're waiting on the updated autopsy report. But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is exactly the opposite. Yes. Bailiff, this court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Oh, she actually seems interested in this. It's I feel like if it was anybody else, like here, like if it was Excelsius, he'd be like dragging his feet, but no, she's okay. She is having a redemption arc, from what it seems like. I can read a couple comments in the chat. Queen Katie said, bonus point, imagine the misunderstanding a different kind of Coke. Ooh, just like sprinkled in there. Vera said, no, it already got curry. Oak says, is it the best sandwich ever? Vera said, the cheese, I think, was a bad touch. What type of cheese was it? As long as it wasn't American cheese. Nora says, yeah, after episode 7, I fully recognize I'm too young to be watching it. Vera says, but it's so crunchy. Nora said, but that's not going to stop me. Lesbian Wolf says, oh, Logan, I was watching the Persona 3 VODs earlier. Your puns are very funny. Oh, thank you. I think I did a better job than Chairman, just saying. But thank you, Lesbian Wolf. Nora says, time to draw her eyes. I don't know, eyes are some of my favorite things to draw. Oak says, eyes are the most fun part, see? Nora said, they're hard. Vera said, I should have made fries too. Oh, Oak said, my favorite thing to draw are the eyes and hair. Not me with hair. Hair is hard to draw. Okay, back in the game, then we'll read some more of the chat in a minute, because I'm really not that far behind. I can get lost in the game. It'll be fine. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close. Are we just gonna fast forward to it? Yes, Your Honor, I'll go fetch her at once. Hope we just sit around and have a really awkward conversation with everybody here. We should go around the room and get everybody's names. You know? This guy's name is Hank. This is Wendell. This is Gustavo. This is Lyle. This is Waldo.
Just say bub.
Hubbub, 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 hubbub. I couldn't tell if you're doing Logan noises or the hubbub, hubbub, hubbub. And then, yes, there's Kamoshida. Then this is Janet, and this guy is still dead. Vera the pin message written by Vera said is Gustavo and Gustavia related. Oh crap. Yes. I had forgotten about that, but yes, they are siblings. They're siblings. We'll go with that. Thank you very much for the 10 bits earlier and the pin message a moment ago.
Gustavo is the principal from Persona 3 combined with Belly from Half-Life VERI.
I have never played... I've never played Half-Life, any Half-Life games, let alone VR. Thank you for the 10 bits, by the way. When you say Bubby, I always think of... Please, I know that Wendy has seen this. Please tell me somebody else has seen The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. That was such a wonderfully bizarre cartoon. And yeah, Bubby the Whale. That was Flapjack's, like, adopted mom figure, right? Over on YouTube, ValTube said, this is the point I stopped hating Yvel and started loving her. Well, like, yeah, she seems to... Last case, I was like, that's it. She's done. She's obviously evil. And then out of nowhere, this case, she is, like, starting to have her redemption arc, which, like, every rival in these games almost always has, where they start to realize, like, oh, maybe this person isn't bad. Well, the question is it that we misjudge the person, or is it that just this person seeing how righteous we are with our pursuit of truth, that it rubs off on that person? Kind of like, you know, in Dragon Ball, how all the bad guys except for Frieza, who hang out with Goku, eventually, like, become friends. ValTube says, Gustavo laughing, and Toby says, I found Waldo. That's right, he's right there. He's being sneaky. He has the striped stuff underneath his judge's robes. But thank you very much for those comments there, and I'll read a couple more over on Twitch. Vera says to Oak, you're my OPP. Nora says, my favorite thing to draw are hair and ... That's it. Oak with the frowny face said, why, what did I do? And Vera said, how do you enjoy drawing hair? And Oak says, I just get to draw a bunch of lines. And Nora said, because I like drawing fluffy hair, #joy specifically. And Oak says, Hilda's already too modest with her clothing. Vera said, he wants to sound smart so bad. I love you, Eustace. I've grown to enjoy him as a character. He is not what I expected when we first saw him, but he's just a lovable little doofball. And then we just kind of wait awkwardly. Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman, so while she's gone, how about we play some party games? Maybe some spin the bottle? 7 minutes in heaven? Truth or dare? We have a Jenga game where there are truth and dare things written on the Jenga pieces. You pull it out, you have to do it, then you place it. That's actually a real thing, by the way. I don't think Hasbro makes it anymore. But I remember years ago, I found out my brother and his wife, they've got a game of Jenga Truth or Dare. It's probably, I bet there were like inappropriate dares in there that made it not suitable for children. I doubt she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there is another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they? Yeah, good point. We never looked into that, huh? Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts that might help us uncover their identity. Well, I think the problem is that weren't they all like assuming Rosie Ringer was the ringleader or something like that? Ringleader, haha. We still gotta find out the ashes, they all fall down stuff with her, yeah. Because ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter? We've seen nothing that might serve as a clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. I'm guessing it's Excelsius. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect at the very least they might be able to point us in the right direction. Hang on, I'm going to say it because I have no idea who he's talking about. Who is involved in the case here? And that's Chairman. There we go. Chairman Winner, I demand that you testify as to what you know. That's right, because of our chat with him, our mind chess in our detention holding cell. Ooh, what? Ooh. Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad? You would cast doubt on the integrity of the chairman of the committee? Do you understand the implications of such an act? I don't care who or what he is. We're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs. The mask, the corsage, the ticket stub, and everything else, the items Kay was carrying when she was found, they were deliberately placed in her possession somehow. By Chairman Winner himself. I mean, he basically admitted to it, right? When it was just the two of us. This is why you always record your conversations, but only if you live in a state where that's legal. A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe, but for the sake of completeness, I must ask. Why would he do such a thing? Because he's a bad guy. he's a baddie. He's a bad man. I gotta read some more in the chat. Nora said, Power's eyes are so pretty and also hard to draw. Okay, I gotta ask you guys something. I want to find out if I'm in the minority here. Am I the only person who has gotten actually a little bit annoyed at how over-detailed certain anime eyes have gotten? Because it used to be, it's like, yeah, big pretty eyes, and now they're like all have pictures in them. I know like the Danganronpa designs all had those, and like, okay, this is one artist thing, I get it. But now they're all like, they have like just crazy pictures inside of them, like little designs. Like this one, we're gonna put like a 4-leaf clover in this person's eyeballs, or like this one over here, it's like we're gonna have the night sky in these eyeballs. This one's, I don't know, like an elephant or something. Just pictures of things. I don't know. It's weird to me. This one has a math equation in her eyes. Actually, that might be kind of hot. I'm gonna be honest. Oak says, Eustace, my goat. Viewer said, maybe check the court record to see their ages. Nora said, I hate you, Eustace. Oak said to Nora, why do you hate fun? I think it's because we suggested that Kay and Eustace could date. And Nora is upset with any potential relationship that could help perpetuate the human species. Oak said, your taste in characters is bad. Nora said, he's annoying. Vera said, wow, they can get married if you wanna. Oak says, bro hates all the best characters. Quingator said, back with ice cream. Oak said, how do you hate Adachi, Naoki, and Eustace, and like Lada? Wait, which one's Naoki? Which one was Naoki? Oak said, the only crazy eye design I think works is Gojo. Okay, yes. Well, and I think with Gojo, it's because that he wears the blindfold for so much early on, and so there's gotta be some reveal. It's got to be impressive, and it can't just be his bright white fluffy eyelashes. Like, the eyes themselves do need to look interesting for him in order for it to feel like there's a payoff when he finally removes his blindfold, you know? Let's see. Oh, and over on YouTube, Toby just says, that sounds terrifying. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to assume it's the anime eyes with pictures in them. And yes, it is terrifying. Why would he do such a thing? To cast suspicion on Kay, of course. Why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect. Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please. He's just gonna say he didn't. I think the good chairman might be in shock. No, he's a pyromaniac. He's entranced by fire. Oh, wait, no, he's just admitting it.
So what if I did? Did you hear me, dear boy? So what if I did? You say you got me to admit as much, but where is your proof?
Okay, he is denying it.
With no witness to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick. Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on?
He still has the arrogance he showed back at the detention center, and yet... But of course he was going to deny it. Mr. Edgeworth, I am going to have to ask you to explain yourself, if that's all right, Mr. Chairman.
Not at all. I'd be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to hear where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal. Because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself.
He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hallowed trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should, by rights, only be accessible to members of the committee. Yeah, they all have key cards to the room after all. Oh, wait, Eustace is agreeing with us? Good on you, bro. Hey, there you go, fist bump. Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on a somewhat regular basis. And for that to be possible, there can be only one winning explanation. Go on. I'll let you say it. That's right, Mr. Winner. Yeah. No, okay, I'm good with this. We can tag team, it's fine. That the auctioneer is a member of the committee. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to team tag. Oh, what on earth is wrong now? What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, you did indeed, you utter nitwit. But Miles, my boy, do you realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation?
It could be the dead guy off to the side. That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Ms. Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Oh, they're animated! They're like, oh. Dead guy is just spasming. This is post-mortem convulsions of his body. Do not be fooled. He is still deceased.
Well, it certainly isn't me.
And it can't be the chairman. Can it?
Whoever it is, speak up right now.
That was fun. I gotta read some more in the chat though, because I'm still so far behind. Nora said, I've been sending my friends pictures of Power with Meowie and saying this is simply a woman who loves her cat. I love Power because she reminds me of myself attitude-wise. I don't hate Adachi anymore. We established this. Oak says, you could replace the image with a picture of me and it wouldn't change the meaning. Vera said, done eating, a good 7 out of 10. Not bad. I should try different cheese and the effort might not be worth it, but a good muncher. I just suggest cheddar. I love me some cheddar. Oak says to Nora, yeah, but you said he's mid. Vera said, oh, and added fries would be nice for next time. Castle says Lotta is definitely a, quote, I support women's rights and women's wrongs pick. Let her be a hot mess. I feel like we got a lot of those. Franziska is definitely a little bit of that. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, I mean, there should be security footage of the two arguing while Miles was in jail at least. I mean, that is true. We established there's the security footage. Did it have audio? I can't remember if it had audio or not. But regardless, he like, well, I mean, I guess he kind of admitted, kind of denied it. He's like, oh, so what if I did? Can't prove it. Which is like, that's, I'm sorry, if someone says, what if I did, but you can't prove it, that tells me, then you did it. Then you did it. Otherwise, you just say, no, I didn't. What? What's wrong with you? I didn't. Let me have a sip of water. We'll get back in the game.
Come, calm down, all of you, please. Oh, sweet fire. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? You're very quiet all of a sudden. But it's too late to back out now. You accused a former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime! Gah! I would tell you to prepare for the worst. Oh, flick. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face.
All right, cross-examining this dingbat.
Know your place.
I should save the game again. Also, I don't know how we're over an hour into stream. I'm just goofing off. I don't feel like I haven't even done anything. I'm like just starting out tonight. But I will read some more in the chat. Let's see, Vera said Oak. I mean, he kind of is. Are you calling Dachi mid? Nora said he's like a 6.5 out of 10. Oak says to Vero, I can't believe you would make such a thing as a 7 out of 10 sandwich. Vera said, believe it in Naruto's voice. Believe it. I can't do Naruto's voice. Sasuke, I gotta bring you back to the village. Huh?
Fun fact, Logan, in the fan translation version, the title of this cross-examination is, and I kid you not, quote, "'cause I'm gonna bully you."
I like that, because I'm gonna bully you. Thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the Beef Longa TTS. For a second, I thought it was gonna be Oak. But thank you, Queen Katie, for the Beef Longa TTS.
'Cause I'm gonna bully you.
I like that. You know, it's better than... Wait, what was it called here? Did it say what the title was again? Know Your Place. I'm actually, like, low-key a little bit disappointed. Because you guys... I've mentioned before the anime... Oh, crap. Why am I spacing on it now? Because I really like it. Nagatoro-san. Like, the English translation is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. But, like, originally, before it had an official translation, it was always, like, Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro-san. Or, yeah. It's like, don't bully me, and they changed to don't toy with me. And it's like, I get that we don't want to encourage bullying. I was a victim of bullying in elementary school. Bullying is awful. But I feel like that takes some of the edge off. It, like, removes some of the connotation, some of the nuance of what it is. If you, like, don't toy with me instead of don't bully me, you know? Okay, let's hear his cross-examination. I'll read some more of the chat in a little bit here.
You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it, so rejoice! Oh, sploosh. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit.
How can I, when there was barely a testimony to begin with? That man. Oh, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? He makes fire come out of a little box. That's right, my amnesia made me forget how lighters work. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Todd, just stop doing this, Kay. We're already sad about you. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kay. Nothing more. If you must believe in something... Oh, tell her to believe in you. Tell her to believe in you, Edgeworth. Please tell her to believe in you. Believe in the you that believes in her. Believe in me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. I love this! He's a good dad. But I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. Plus, as a good dad, I feel like he'd watch episodes of Steel Samurai with her. He'd pretend not to be into it, but he'd go out of his way to make sure he watches them with her. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him.
Rebuttal! He's gonna bully us.
All right, you guys know the drill. Once again, we're going to save, press every statement, and then present some evidence. But first, I'm going to read a few more comments in the chat because I'm still so far behind. Oak says, both of you take a look at short Itachi and be amazed at the wonder in front of your eyes. Vera said he's mean to old ladies. Nora said K rhymes with gay. La 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 la. I'm going insane. I've been exposed to too much gay by Parasocial and Chainsaw Man today. Vera said plus he's chronically single. Oak said but he's nice to Nanako, so it's fine. Yeah, he even forged Dojima's signature for a note from home or something like that, didn't he? Vera said, no offense, Logan. Oak said, Vero, you're just describing Logan. Vera said, he's also a pushover. Dojima keeps yelling at him. Oh, is this why you were comparing me to Adachi? Oak. Pin message. Oh, it's going to be a fun fact here. Pinned by Vera, written by Queen Katie, said, in the fan translation version, when Kay Faraday continues to ask Edgeworth to give up on her, defending her, he responds by telling her, to believe in the me who believes in you. Yes! Have you guys seen Gurren Lagann? Have you guys seen that anime? This is a reference to the fan subtitled version of one of Kami's famous lines from the anime Gurren Lagann. Thought I'd share that. I love it. It is such a good anime. I don't like the ending of it. I really don't like the ending. But it's such a good anime. It's really good. Kamina is just, he's like the manliest man you'll ever gonna meet. It's great. And he's got really pointy sunglasses. But yes, thank you very much, Queen Katie. I do appreciate it. Go watch Gurren Lagann. It's good. All right, again, I'm going to read a couple more really quick comments, so we will get back in the game. I promise. I feel like if I spend too much time away from the game, lurkers are going to jump ship, but I will get back. I'll get back. I promise, chat. I promise. Let's see. Vera said he's also a pushover. Dojima keeps yelling at him. Oak said you're describing Logan. Vera says, not in thatty. Logan is not a pushover. Castle said, no, be nice to Mr. Streamer Man. I have mentioned before, though, Castle, that bullying me is allowed as long as nobody bullies other people in chat. But I do appreciate that because I preferred if everybody was nice to me. Quickly said, by the way, Vero, I actually have a funny fact coming up later in the stream. Lol, if Logan will get to the next cross-examination. I did. Oak says, add quote, the head is not in the chest, the brain is not in the boob. And Vero adds the quote. Quickly said, oh wait, no, I forgot I can afford beef longer. I can have beef do the fun fact later. Hee hee hee. Vero said, I'm excited. I can't refund beef, so you're a warrior for this. Oh, another pin message. Written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera, says going to be another fun fact. Says, oh, the wiki has something extra. I think you'll like this part. Incidentally, in the English version of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Edgeworth is voiced by Kyle Herbert, who voiced Kamina in the English version of Gurren Lagann. Oh, you're right. Oh, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. Seriously, go watch Gurren Lagann. Why are you watching me Why are you watching me stream when you could be watching Gurren Lagann? I should read some more over on YouTube as well. Looks like there's some more chatting going on over there. Let's see. Toby says, does Excelsius carry a comically large pile of paper around so he can burn it in front of people? I think so, yes. It burns quickly. You wonder if he does something to it to treat it. Does he dunk it in kerosene? No, because that'd be dangerous with his hands. But yes, he does. Valtube says, yes, he does. Opinion says, oh yeah, I've seen that Excelsius has a more childish but equally intimidating personality in the fan translation. I wish they went with it officially too. Oh, to like make him kind of a bit more like Eustace. Opinion says, makes him a bit more unique in terms of villains. I probably should watch the fan translation someday, but I'd want a direct comparison with the official one to get a good opinion on it. Valtube says, also in the fan translation, Excelsius makes a Simpsons reference? Huh. Have we already passed that? I'm trying to guess what the Simpsons reference would be. Because there are some Simpsons references I freaking love! Thank you, Seekers! Is that, oh, it's Okra Demon the Seekers. That probably means I need to get back in the game. Let me read the one more comment on YouTube and I'll get back in the game. Because Crystal says, we should commit arson /J. Yes. /J. Huh?
I want to believe the papers are business cards that others gave him. Just to think about the possibility of him burning one in front of the person who gave it to him.
I think it should be, preferably, stuff that is important to the person he's talking to. Like this. Could be filled out marriage documents for Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright. He's like, oh,
You want to be married to that man?
well, too bad.
Not because I'm homophobic.
I'm just evil. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero. All right. So we're gonna press every statement.
You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now.
Hold it! Even if the broad strokes are correct, it doesn't make something true.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. I'd say the bigger picture is more than enough. After all, every case has its little inconsistencies and contradictions. If we let ourselves get bogged down in every single one, we'd never make any arrests. And once we did, the trials would drag on forever. Even you understand that, right?
Not in the slightest. You see, I like working. Let the trials drag on. Hence my inquiry into the details.
Oh, to be so young and pig-headed. Sniffle. Anyway, you keep digging into these little details. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember.
Hold it! I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention.
Oh, yes, I was listening, my boy, but critical is a matter of opinion.
How can you possibly suggest that such a fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it's your ability to make sound judgments that should be on trial here today.
Oh, bravo, my young hothead. Wonderfully cutting stuff. You do like to try, though, don't you? But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end.
Hold it! There's no way There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth.
Oh, but none of it is relevant, my boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle.
What's the name of that creek? What's the name of that creek, huh, Excelsius? I should read some more in the chat. Oh, I thought there was a new pin message. It's the same pinned message. I guess I can unpin this one now. Let's see. Oak says, no, you killed the old lady in Adachi. Social link, you ran over her with your car. Quiggin said, it's mostly a fan translation fact, but I found it so funny I had to save it for this. Oak says, Jeff from Community was right about the bare naked ladies. Castle says, musical discussions is hilarious to me because I've just emerged from the Eurovision trenches. So that's like a TV show, right? Is it a scripted show? Is it a game show, reality show? I've heard people mention it, but I don't know much about it. Oak said, National Treasure is underselling him. He's an intergalactic treasure. Vera said, isn't it their spine? Oak says, Weird Al is treasured across multiverses. Oak said, my birthday is less than an hour and a half. Quicken said, oh, really, Oak? Pog. Oak said, I'm almost old. Quicken said, happy birthday in advance. Lesbian Wolf said, Logan, are you planning on playing the Great Ace Attorney? Yes, I don't know if we're going to do it right after this. We might do another game. It's like a buffer game to take a quick break from it. We'll see. I have not decided yet, but I am planning on doing it. So yes, absolutely. Vera said, get publicized. Oak says, hey, we have to wait until midnight. Let me have a sip of water. Hang on. All right, let's play some more game, then we'll be back to the chat here.
Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it.
Hold it! Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection.
That's his voice.
Objection. Objection. This is my Kellen voice. Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy?
Is that what he sounds like?
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I tell you what, why don't we ask her one more time? Though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again.
Fine. Let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. You mean me? Me? Is it really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her. Watch and learn. Kay, did you not kill her? Yes.
You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know. Sniffle. Sploosh. But fine, ask away on one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it.
Oh crap, I should press the other statements later. Is this gonna be like, we have to do it right?
We'll call the proceedings to an end then and there. Agreed?
Call the proceedings to an end? Oh, you mean the hearing. But if hearing comes to an end, I'll only have this many senses. I'll have to lick your words when you talk to me so I can taste them.
Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again, and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt.
Hang on, let's save, because I think it's gonna make me do this. Let's stagger our saves on this, because I don't know if I meant to get locked into this. I feel like I may have made a terrible mistake.
She is officially declared guilty on the spot! Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself.
That's it! You just declare her guilty just like that! I'm pretty sure that's unconstitutional!
That's the gist of it.
It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Kay! Yes! I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Maybe we should ask, do you remember specifically like hitting her over the head or specifically stabbing her? Anything that might help us prove your innocence. Why? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? I've already decided which prison gang I'm gonna join. Decided which eye I'm gonna put my first prison tat under. It's no use. I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? Huh?
I wish Eustace was the prosecutor in 5-3 Turnabout Academy. I mean, has wearing the uniform and everything. A returning student who became a prosecutor to give a lecture.
Oh, how about this? How about this? You get your wish, but there's a monkey paw condition. He returns that. He's in there, but he replaces Clavier Gavin, and he's there to do the mock trial against Apollo Justice. Would you embrace Eustace in Turnabout Academy if it also means the elimination of your Clavier crumbs? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat here. Veer Pinza says, I'll take it. Really? So does that mean you like Eustace more than Clavier? But thank you very much for the pin message. Again, I got to read some more chat both on Twitch and YouTube before we get back in the game. Let's see. Oak says, hey, we have to wait until midnight. Quiggett said, it's assumed after this game with Miles, but we'll see. Quiggett said, I'm still awaiting the life that is murders on the Yangtze River. Vera said, we'll probably have an AA break. Nora said, pop off Logan. Quiggett says, I hope so, lol. Vera says, rapper Logan is real. Vera said, laughing, I'm like 90% sure because he did that a lot, playing smaller games or like shorter games. Quiggett said, I'm still gonna recommend Just More Doors as a fun short game. Vera said, me waiting for Enna. And Nora said, I'm gonna sneeze. I sneeze. Sorry, Oak. And Vera says, bless you. Oak with a clip. Let me check the YouTube chat real quick first, then we'll come back. We'll check out the clip, and then we'll get back in the game. Over on YouTube, oh, there's a bunch of chat. Now, Crystal is saying we should commit arson / serious. No, Crystal! Toby says, I still think it'd be hilarious if they are just blank pieces of paper and that's why nobody ever reacts to it. Toby says, yay, arson / keyboard slam. Valtube says, it'd be peak if an AA7 Edgeworth is promoted from chief prosecutor to PIC, prosecutorial committee chairman, and he's just an anti-Excelsius. I think, what if Judge Udgy retires and Edgeworth becomes the new judge? No, that I missed Judge G. I already missed him in this game. Valtube says, instead of burning papers, he puts them on water. Toby says, so he's like literally the opposite. Toby says, Edgeworth putting paper boats on water, that it definitely makes sense in that scenario. Toshi with a message retracted, but how you doing, Toshi? Says, Excelsius, I think you're forgetting this little thing called the entire legal process. I feel like everybody in this universe forgets that. We have no due process, no constitutional rights, no presumption of innocence, no reasonable doubt, no Phoenix Wright literally introduced juries. Or like, it's not a thing anymore. Let's see, Toshi says they said he was firing corrupt prosecutors in AA5, so he might be PIC member already. Crystal said, let's go, creator right, arson. Oh crap, guys, my YouTube chat is on fire. It is on fire. I don't splash water on it because I think because it's the internet is technically an electrical fire. I think you have to like smother it with a blanket. I don't know. I don't remember that from school. Krista says, in Ace Attorney, we create arson. Oh, it's burned. Great. My YouTube is ruined. Well, there is, again, we'll get back to the game in a second. I'm sorry, lurkers. I promise to get back to the game. But Oak posted a clip into the chat. And for anyone who's lurking or doesn't know the rules, whenever someone posts a clip into the Twitch chat, we load it up into our clip viewers who can watch it together. Oh crap, Oak is doing the thing again, where the download didn't work. Didn't we figure out how to post it? Never mind, I guess we won't be able to watch it right now. But maybe if it gets reposted with a more working link, we'll be able to watch it later. And a pin message. Vera said, the fire got to Twitch chat help. No, did it spread? Was there a gust of wind? Did the Santa Ana wind spread it? Well, crap. It was a good run, chat. It was a good run. Oh, YouTube, Toby has fire trucks. And then water. No, because it's electrical fire. Or it's not working. I don't know. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. I should get back in the game. I don't know what's happening. Chaos is reigning supreme. My community is on fire, which is sad because I love my community. I will still love you if you were burned. I would still love you all if you turn into a worm. But it's sad, though. I miss you. I miss you, chat. What? What if I remembered something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The K you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. I like this! And right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never commit a murder. You could never. Because this is who you really are. Oh, it's the Yatagarasu pin. I want to say she's the gem and ninja. But no, because there's a lot of hit points. We'll lose half our hit points. It's got to be the Yatagarasu pin. We can't save right now. I think we saved earlier. Thank you, Toilet Duck, for that. It's the Yatagarasu, yeah?
Take that!
For the great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. I do like stealing. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I mean, to be fair, that is traumatic. She saw someone that she apparently knew. We don't know how well she knew Rosie Ringer, but she saw her dead. I have to face it. Hold it. Just don't say the words that I'm a murderer. Okay, no, not those words. Okay, stop. No. The only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? Are you calling me a liar? Sad-faced Edgeworth. No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me, and you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop. I'm begging you. So that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it?
sad music. Which is exactly what the K I know would have done. This is just like a roller coaster of emotions and background music. I should read some more in the chat already. Vera said, I love how vague this is. And Oak with the timestamp 1 hour, I'm 40 minutes behind. Crap. Do we have slow mode on yet? I'm gonna put slow mode on at least a little bit. Slow mode, what would be fair, like 10 seconds? Something like that, I think. I didn't realize I was that far behind on the Twitch chat. Vera said, liar, frowny face. Oak said, that quote is so vague, get specific. Vera says, now it's 1 hour. Oak says, what do you mean, liar? Oak says, it said 1 hour on my screen. Quiggin said, add quote, oh, it's a body. That's why I don't recognize a picture. The report is the corpse. Wait, what did I say? Oh, it's a body? That's why I didn't recognize a picture. The report is a corpse. Oh, because when I was looking at that, yes, okay, it was when the report was the corpse. I forgot about that. Now it makes sense. Oh, crap. Yes. Thank you. Nora said, no, not the updated autopsy report. Vera adds the quote. Nora said PTSD. Oak said it says 101 now. Vera said weird. Still says 1052. Oak says, Vera said shrug. Vera said, is Gustavo and Gustavia related? Oak says, Half-Life VR AI is a YouTube series where they play Half-Life VR, but the characters act like self-aware AI. Oh, I have not seen that then. I thought that was like just a game. Crystal says, I miss Gumshoe, Broken Heart. Oak says, me too. Nora said, finally, you're all starting to get the Verity hype. Oak says, also, Gustavo and Lyle are just workers at Los Pollos Hermanos. Says, no, I still don't like her. Logan, did you say doofball? I was gonna say goofball, but I feel like I've said that a lot, so I was like, combining a doofus and a goofball. A doofball. Oak says, Vero, could you please pin that, please? What's wrong with a doofball? Let me read some YouTube chat. The fire is still blazing. Crystal said both Twitch and YouTube are dead now. Rip. Oh, crap. And then, yup, see the fire on the water in the electrical fire has set off little sparks and explosions. Toshi says, the K would never say that. She would help us commit arson. No! Chris says, oh no, the fire. Valtube said this game is so peak. Toshi says, Edgeworth, if I was a liar, why? My pants aren't on fire. Well, they might be now. The chat's on fire. And Toby with some fire, and then volcanoes. It's just escalating. Nora said, I had to do a thing like that. It was a Jenga that had designated cards, but it was at a therapy, and the cards were about my parents being divorced. Okay, so that's probably like healthy then. Quicken said, I'm so nervous. It's about time for me to do the beef longa. I hope it's kind today. It worked. Oak said, Edgeworth needs to bring a Zoom recorder with him, but it depends on what state you're in. Like some states allow that, some don't. I don't know. Lesbian Wolf says, Edgeworth just needs to become an IRL streamer. Nora said, I think it's just you, Logan. Lesbian Wolf said, over-detailed eyes is a bit much, distracting. Nora said, I like Power's eyes because it's intricate, but not absolutely insane. Oak says, the only crazy eye design I think works is Gojo because it has story purposes. Vera says, I pin because it is a good point. I should play some game. Although I assume that both chats are dead now because of the fire. I miss you all already. It's because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the K I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you should have seen me in the first game. I was awful. But I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Okay. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. I love this in anime. I mean, in any media in general, but when someone is doing a good thing and tries to put up a front, it's like, no, I'm doing it for selfish reasons. But it's like, it really is that the person's good. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please, do it for me. My brain! Kay! What's wrong? Did you remember something? Well, there's another shot that I don't think we saw before of looking down on the body, or had we seen that before?
Oh, it'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did.
A cow. I remember a cow. It went moo. Mr. Edgeworth, does that help? Does that help anything? Because that is all I've got. A cow? They go moo. Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details. Well, okay. What can you tell us about this cow? I remember now! The person in the red raincoat, she had it in her hand. Oh, it's gonna be the stuffed toy of the... Okay, so that'll establish that is apparently what the item is that she wanted to get from the auction, huh?
First in my class here at MIT got skills. I'm a champion at DDMC Escher. That's my favorite. MC, keep your 40. I'll just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin to the contrary. You'll find that they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry Stephen Hawking's in my library. My MySpace page is all totally pimped out. Got people begging for my top 8 spaces. Yo, I know pride to 1,000 places. Ain't got no grills, but I still wear braces.
Thank you very much for the Beef Longa TTS of Beef Longa doing white nerdy. What I love about that is that he's got the words, except he messed up on the D&D, but everything else he's got right. But his rhythm is all wrong. It's like listening to, any of you guys ever listened to William Shatner, apparently, a long, long time ago, released, I don't know if it was a whole album or just a couple of songs of like spoken word singing. I remember hearing one called Common People. And I think he did Rocket Man as spoken word. Yeah, so it was probably like a whole album. So that's what it is, Beef Longa. I'm going to do spoken word rap. So yeah, that is what it is. Beef Longa, that is a hobby he dabbles in. That is new lore. Thank you very much for the 50 bits, Oak. Once we get some more background music, I will read some more in the chat. But thank you very much. And that tells me there's someone still alive in the chat that survived the fire earlier. So thank you very much for the Beef Longa. And let's play a little bit more until we get some background music. Hang on. I was talking though. So what I was saying, obviously, it's going to be that the cow is this. It's the broken plushie that we saw in the airplane in Zhang Fa. So that's going to connect Rosie Ringer somehow to the president of Zhang Fa, and this is going to tie everything back to that first case somehow. Because the letter here had said, thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting a revenge for what happened 12 years ago. So that stuffed toy was something related to 12 years ago, and the get what we want. Maybe the cow has like evidence hidden inside of it. Like if we rip it open, it's something hidden inside, and that's going to help her get revenge. But yes, that's the cow. Let's save, though, because I'm assuming the game is going to ask us, what cow is this? And I'm going to say that, but the game might be like, no, you're not allowed to know that yet. You have to point to something else first to show that you don't know what the cow is, even though it's obvious what the cow is. She had it in her hand! There it is! We don't even have to do it. It just is. A stuffed cow! I can see it so clearly now! And there's the burned hand as well. So we know that this is definitely Rosie Ringer. Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. I have a very pleasant smile now and so sure. Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony.
Objection.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is new and highly irrelevant evidence. Says, okay, I don't know what it's just going to show us what item she bought at the auction, right?
Objection.
Need I remind you of the adult state of her memory? No, this simply won't do.
Well, if you're going to say adult state of her memory, then her confession doesn't count because of the adult state of her memory. Adult, but if we claim her... there we go! If we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the final details, did you not?
Oh, my fire. My fire went out. Oh, I'm sorry. This doesn't usually happen to me. I just need to rest. Let me just sit here on the side of the bed, and I'll try again in 10 or 20 minutes.
Were we to call the validity of her memories into question,
then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Oh, my hand is on fire. Is that really the most advisable course of action? Sploosh. Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're still in the game!
We're in a game. This is all a game. I'm becoming self-aware.
Is that why this judicial system is so nightmarishly dystopian? We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. And speaking of that game...
Jad, you know what you just lost.
And only thanks to Judge Cavell's intervention.
It's almost as if she was on our side for a second.
Again, there's something earlier that she said in her testimony that made it sound like she's rooting for us. The question is whether she is a good person or she's just trying to get Excelsius ousted so she can get a promotion. But let me read some more in the chat because I am still so far behind. I'll first check Twitch and then YouTube. Oak says, Naoki is the brother of Saki in Persona 4. His social link is devastating, incredible. Oh, that's the one that I never unlocked. The entire game, I could never figure out. I never got him to, like, hang out with me. Oak said, coming up, my beef is coming up soon. I'm so nervous. Veer said, well, now I can't say anything when he says, so what? Because, what do you say to that? Make it a full lengthy spiel only for him to say that. Nora said, I finished my drawing of power. Oak said, no, fine upstanding citizen sounds like that. Logan only gives that voice to evil people. Nora said, time to color it. Quigita said, I keep copy pasting my beef message. Logan, stop stalling. Vera said, laughing. Quigita said, my points are on the line here. 25,000 points down the drain if I waste on the wrong point. And Vera says, ad quote, no fine upstanding citizen sound like that. Logan only gives that voice to evil people. Signed, Oak. Nora said, I've determined that peach plus pale rose equals Power's hair color, huh?
Longa, how do you not unlock him? You talk to him like 3 or 4 times and he hangs out with you.
I know, I talked to him I talked to him a couple of times and then he didn't hang out with me and I'm like, I guess I gotta wait for something. He never hung out with me. I'm sorry, Oak. I'm sorry, but I did. I tried. You've seen my VODs. You've seen the P4 VODs, right? You still need to watch the P5 VODs, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, this is the funniest and cutest and most heartfelt way for him to convince her to trust herself. It was good. It was really well done. I'm very, very much enjoying the writing in this game. Toby says, this cardboard box kept me safe from the fire. Was it like waxed or something? How did it not light on fire? Toshi says, we are questioning the survivors to find out who started the fire. They're saying they saw a ... a cow. Ah, the cow kicked over the lantern in old lady, what's her name's shed. It's a great Chicago fire all over again. See, Quigita said, oh, that was pinned earlier. Vera laughing. Quigita said, praying for beef to behave. And Vera said, by the way, he said, and I kid you not, it had so much the way he said, and I kid you not, had so much personality. Wait, who? I can't remember who said that. Oh, is it Beef saying it? Oh, Beef saying it, I kid you not. Oak says, amazing. Quigita said, I'm so happy. But yeah, when I saw that title, I instantly screenshotted it because it was so funny. I like that because I'm going to bully you. It's good. Oak says, I'd quote, bullying is awful, but ... And then Vera adds it with in brackets, goes on a whole rant. It's a rant about Nagatoro. Also, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I don't know how that's possible. Vera said, wait, actually, Lesbian Wolf says, lol. Vera said, let me see if Logan changed that one quote. Said, nope, it was before that. Oh, crap, I forgot to. I didn't change it. Vera said, nope. Oak said, I'm officially turning K age in 1 hour. Quigita said, yay, K abuse, K emotional abuse. I need to go change that. Thank you for the reminder, Vera. Oak said, actually, technically 9 hours and 42 minutes. Oh, is that like when you were born? I think I was born at like 1/4 midnight or something on my birthday. Let's play some game and then I'll be back to the chat, though. Also, Oak, let us know when it does strike midnight. I think we probably got like another half hour. Wait, no. Would it be a half hour? I'm trying. Yes, be a half hour. I was thinking of time zones, but I was getting confused as who's what's in what time zone.
It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal.
I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom, and I believe it is yet another auction lot. We weren't able to like spin around and examine it, like poke it and touch it and stuff. Or nope, not. Oh, now we can! Yay, game, thank you. That is service. I asked for something and the game is just like, here you go. Wait, that's... do you know something, Gavel? No, it's just not what I imagined. I suppose it's a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. No, what she said was odd. You need to follow up on that, Edgeworth. I should look it over very carefully. Well, it's my guess it's going to be in the horn hole right there. There's the horn hole. I was expecting to be all fluffy, but no, it looks like it's holding some. Let's check other stuff. Let's check the other horn, the horn that does not have a hole. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of this stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves! But since it's a cow, it moves. It does? What do you do, like tug on its nose ring? Oh! It sounds like sand being crushed. It would seem there's a recording device hidden inside. Is that... Oh crap, should I have clicked the hole? Should I have clicked the horn hole first before the horn without a hole? I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Oh, Rosie Ringer! I should have clicked the horn hole. Now I'll never have an opportunity to poke a horn hole. Nothing to say for yourself. I've waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it!
Broken plushie data updated to my organizer.
Hey, I'm still here. Hang on, I gotta check out something here. I wanna look at the horn hole. The left horn is missing. I can't help but wonder where it went. Although, even if we were to find it, it might not be easy to fix up either. Yay, that was worth it. Could we click on anything else? If we click its butt. It doesn't have a butt. There's nothing for the poo to come out of. What's that? Oh, look at that! It's a sakura blossom! There's a cherry blossom petal caught in the fur here. Kay told us she saw the toy fall to the ground at the foot of the cherry tree upstairs. I guess that explains how this petal got stuck here. That's it? Sounds important. Okay, so we're done. We can go back to the story. I needed to know. I needed to know what that was. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Oak says, actually, 9 hours and 42 minutes. Vera said, bro, where is that quote? Nora said, I gotta go. Bye, everyone. Love y'all. Good night, Nora. Thank you so much for being here, for hanging out. Glad you were able to be here for a little bit. Have a good rest of your night. Oak says, goodbye, Nora. And Vera says, he didn't. Bye, Nora. Oak said, we should edit it to remove the note. To be fair, he did literally say that. I'm gonna make a note right now of which quote that is, 575, and I'm gonna do that after this stream. Thank you for the reminder, Vero. Vera says, he didn't tell me what to do about it. Oak said he was genuinely referring to that, but I didn't say the word. Queegator said, in the fan translation version, when Kay Faraday continues to ask Edgeworth to give up on defending her, that was pinned earlier. Oak says, I need to watch Gurren. It's been on my list for too long. Queegator says, more that was pinned. There's Blue! Blue, I'm so far behind. Are you still here? I took you so long to get to it. It said Gurren is the show of all time. It is good. Again, the ending is just like, oh, my heart. But it's a good show. Oak said, Vero, if I do something, will you give me my money back? Queegator said, even though I know the ending of Gurren, I definitely want to watch it one day. And there was Seeker Redeem. Crystal says, Seekers! Oak says, Logan, I need to tell you that's what we watch you for. Wait, what was? Queegator said, I'm looking at the wiki. It doesn't say anything about Simpsons. Oak says, oh, we watch for Seekers. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, and over on YouTube, Toby says, I enchant all my cardboard boxes with fire protection just in case. How do you do that? That sounds useful. I want to do that. And then Vero adds, quote, not because I'm homophobic, I'm just evil. Oak said, thank goodness he's evil, not a bad person. Vera said, I hate how Miles low-key looks like politician in this. Oak said, it's like redacted in one piece. Quigita said to Vero, I'm about to post something mind-blowing in spoiler chat. Vera said, okay. Oak says, enslaving a country, but very supportive of his trans son. I'd like to remind everyone that Excelsius is 68 years old. Vera said, and not nice just yet. Oak says, I love Eustace. And Vera said, my silly. Okay, let's get back to the game because we passed the 2-hour mark. Somehow. Are we making progress? I honestly cannot tell tonight. But let's keep playing. Let's play some more. Hey, that's them right there. Them's the voices I heard. Sure as eggs is eggs. Overruled. You should say eggs are eggs. Eggs are plural. Conjugate your verbs properly, woman. Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. And the burn on the hand! I'm probably gonna have to like present that to show the connection. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there was some accompanying video footage. All right, let's also save again, because I can't remember when the last time I saved was. It might have been recent, but it's just good to do since we recently passed the 2-hour mark. You got bugs in your ears or something, lady? I done told you. Them's the voices I heard. This is eyewitness testimony, come on. From a liar, but still. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got not shot, got. When she got. Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible. Because she's the way she's talking is like she's on our side. Yet again, she seems to be stepping in help. Not stepping in to help. She is stepping in help. There is a steaming pile of help on the ground, and she has stepped in it. Judge Gavel, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you from the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we have something that could explain what these words were referring to and how it is all related. Which piece of evidence proves that the voices were from when the murder occurred? It's gotta be the bar. What was that? Gallop! Raided with a party of one! Thank you, Gallop, for the raid! How are you doing? Would either Vero or Crystal be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Gallop while I head...
Miss Bernice and I might have met by
I recognize that now because of Queen Katie's streams. That's reverse 1999, yeah?
Behind you.
Finished my water. Oh, and I fell on the ground. I hit the couch, but it bounced off. I'll pick that up later. How was your stream, Gal? What were you streaming? You were streaming Genshin Impact. Oh, there's a pin message. Written by Vera, pinned by Vera, said she loves stepping it seems. Oh, loves stepping it seems. There we go. You know, sometimes you step in some help. Maybe that's their code word for dog poop is help. You know, since the raid happened, I'll read some more in the chat because I don't know how far behind I am. I was like 40 minutes behind earlier. Oak said, Kay really wants to join the specific prison gang that incites all the riots. Vera said, I'll take it. Queen Gitta said, same, it means 3D. Eustace, of course, we'll take it. Vera said, I don't like 3D Clavier anyway. Castle says, don't touch my beautiful sunburnt German boy. But did you hear his voice line? I think it was he voiced by Yuri Lowenthal in that game? I think where he's like, Achtung, baby. No accent, it's fake German. And then Oak says, Achtung, baby. Vera said, he's great in AA4, not outside it. Quigata said, they miss a great chance of actually making it a little more angsty for Clavier in the case, but no, he's all happy-ish. Oak said, no, Judge, come back, get naked. Vera said, yeah, but if you're delusional, you can think he avoids his trauma and deflects his problems, but that's lazy. Krista with some fire, and Vera said, the fire got to Twitch chat, help. Oak said, sorry about your YouTube, Logan. Krista said, let's burn that chat. So now I know where we're at, where the fire broke out. Oak says, no. Krista says, arson in chat. There's a clip. We'll get to that next time we look at chat. Let's present this evidence so we can keep going and make some progress. I'll check out the Twitch chat or the YouTube chat in a second as well. But let's present this evidence. Present!
Take that!
And he'll probably have to point to whatever it is. The coroner's preliminary findings, how do they prove anything? Indeed, what on this page shows that the voices must be from the time of the murder. Prominent burn marks on the Burn marks. Burn marks. Burn. What a weird. Why do we just show the photo that shows the burn marks? Prominent burn marks. Present, please. Game notice that I'm pointing at burn marks. Think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? According to Kay's testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed cow toy and a burn mark. An identifying mark unique to the victim was mentioned in the recording it captured. That's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right? Watch. I'll take off my glove. There we go. I'll take my dad's lighter. Ow, ow, ow! See, now I have a prominent burn mark. That recording could have been the moment I was murdered. Oh no, I've been murdered! Oh. I'm gonna check out this clip that Oak posted. I need to see what it is. I'm very curious. Well, hopefully this clip will work. We tried posting a clip earlier in the chat and it didn't quite work out. We'll try it again. I'll load this up to the clip viewer so we can all watch it together. And it's still not working, no! It's still doing the same. The video download was canceled. Please try again. I can see the title. It says Logan raps a Weird Al song for 50 seconds. So I know what moment it was, but I can't get it to load. I'm sorry, Oak. Oak says, does this link work? I'm sorry. Lesbian Wolf says, edgy poo. Oak says, I love you, edgy boy. Crystal says, hey chat, guess what? Oh, there's the 60 second slow mode. Is that what we're on right now? Is that the slow mode we're on? We're on, okay, that's a bit much. I'm gonna turn it down to 20. How about that? Is that a little bit better? Castle says, is this how we guilt trip people with imposter syndrome? Coach, I'm not actually that good. Oh, I see. I'm just a liar and you don't like me. It works. But then I like, if someone said that to me, then I would just like believe that you're telling the truth. It's like, yeah, I'm not a good. Oh, like, oh, but you guilt trip. No, I'm sorry. I misread that around the other way. But I mean, it would work if somebody said you're just not really a good person. I'd be like, I was right. Yes, I see what you're saying though now, Castle. Sorry, my brain wasn't working. Oak said, on my birthday, Crystal? Wait, what's the name of that Weird Al song Logan was singing earlier? It's called White and Nerdy. Oh, because you looked it up. Queen Katie says, moo. And then Queen Katie with a clip. Okay, let's try this one. Lurkers, we will get back to the game. We gotta see if this works. Let's see if Queen Katie's clip works. We'll try to load this one up at the clip viewer. Ah, this one works! From 21 minutes ago. See, so 20 seconds is a good amount of time. It's titled simply, Moo. A cow. I remember a cow. It went boo. Mr. Edgeworth, does that help? Does that help anything? Because that is all I've got. Why did I pause so long? A cow? They go moo. What am I doing? What am I doing in these streams? Thank you very much for the clip, Queen Katie. I appreciate that. Let's take a look over on YouTube real quick now. Let's see. Opinion says she's so right. Eggs is eggs. Toby says eggs aren't eggs. The eggs are a lie. Maybe that was the thing that made the cake a lie in Portal. It was just that one ingredient. Everything else, the cake mix, that was fine, but the eggs was the lie. Opinion says, see, this is why I like her. The only other character who would say anything like that is Tabby, and she only exists to be Lotta 2 Electric Boogaloo, huh?
Hey, Mr. Big Magic Daddy, could you check Discord general chat now, perhaps?
I don't know.
Something important is in there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a real Big Magic Daddy. I will check it though, out of curiosity. It's gonna be an embarrassing screen capture of myself. That's all it is. That's all these things ever are. Is someone will take a screen capture and it's me looking like a yup. Says new Logan face dropped. He's seen the horrors of this world. And there it is. You can even see the gap between my teeth in that one. Well, thank you for the 10 bits. And you can add that to your tier maker, I suppose. But yeah, it's a good point. That is a fair point, though, opinion about Tabby only existing to to be Lotta too. I think I gave her the same voice, in fact, because I didn't know the Lotta Heart was going to show up in this. Valtube said, I just saw Logan's reaction to Marlon Rive's transformation. It's peak. Oh, because I posted that short on YouTube. So thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Opinion says, because of one of my headcanons, that is now the scariest thing you have ever said, Logan. Wait, what? The fire? Oh, the burn hand thing? Oh, do you like headcanon that like Excelsius would burn Eustace as like bad parenting? I'll say it that way. I should play some game though. I should play some game. Otherwise lurkers wonder why I'm here. Oh, except hang on, there is a pin message written by Vero. Pinned by Vero said, Logan's fursona is Bunoi. Not bunny, Bunoi. Apparently it's a Bunoi, B-N-N-U-I. Let's play some game. Thank you very much, Vero, for that. It's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right? I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder. In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear the most. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female. Due to the voice changes, correct, unfortunate, but unavoidable. Well, we should, we're still waiting on Hilda Hertz, aren't we? When's she gonna get here? One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Ms. Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer. Oh, just like I done told you they was! Like I said! Eggs is eggs! That's why after the fertility doctor done said my ovaries done dried up and started eating hard-boiled eggs whole. Just I'll pop them on in, swallow them down. One of these days I'm gonna get preggers. We can say something else now, too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Do as you wish.
According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. So we're gonna say that then, that means that it was most likely the ringleader who was the murderer, and I think Excelsius is gonna turn out to be the ringleader. And that's probably why he even had like the committee moved here to this building, because it helped him with his illegal auctioning side hustle. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. Oh crap, I gotta save. What else does this latest revelation tell us? Oh, I can still save. Sometimes it doesn't let me. Thank you, game. Thank you. Thank you so much, game. You're nice to me for once. I appreciate that, game. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you, game. The ringleader was the killer. Ms. Ringer was the killer. The ringleader was the victim. Yeah, okay. None of these are even funny. The ringleader was the killer. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey, Gavel. Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy. I went boom, boom. Gavel, change me. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer! A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. I love when Edgeworth gets cocky. Phoenix never deserves it. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer. Then please hurry up and show us. Oh crap, I don't know what those traces are that suggested that. Game's gonna ask me. Okay, saving, let's go. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? I don't know! The key card, maybe? I should read some chat while I think about this. Oak says cow that says boo instead. Oh, that's a scary cow. Oak. Garlic said, how you doing? Says perhaps a ghost cow. Oh, that's what it says. Boo. I like that, Garlic. Quick says that quote, but yes, That's the cow. Oak said, yeah, either disregard her confession or accept the evidence. Queen Katie says, add quote, oh, my hand is on fire. Crystal adds the quote. Vera with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Vera. See when you get back. Oak said, you have to talk to him and say, hang out with me like 3 times. I must have not done it enough. I know I did at least a couple times. Oh, I must have been like 1 time away or something. Oak said, also, I haven't finished all the P4 VOD. You haven't? Every once in a while, I get a yearning to watch more, but right now I'm like 2/3 of the way through. I keep getting distracted by watching a show. Castle says, what a weird unicorn this Duffy is. Okay, I hear, and is this correct? Because like there are ancient texts like, you know, Bible records, apocryphal records and things like that will mention unicorns. And I hear that the theory that some people have is that they're actually referring to rhinoceros. What's the plural of rhinoceros? Rhinoceroses. Because they have like 1 horn. And people just, that's a unicorn, that's a unicorn. Quickita says, add quote, there's the horn hole. So many quotes at one time. Oak says, Katie, I love you. I can't believe I didn't catch that. Quickita says, salute to the power of having captions. Oak said, can we edit that quote to include, now I'll never have the opportunity to poke a horn hole? Castle says, that cow's horns are all right now. Ah! High five, Castle. That is a great pun. They're all right. Because the left one's gone. I love it. I love it! Oh, and Vera edits the quote, that's the horn hole, pokes around the horn hole, and for the story to progress, now I'll never have the opportunity to poke a horn hole. Quick Kid said, thank you for the reminder, proceeds to most likely forget anyway. Vera said, oh, I need to refund Seekers, I got you, Oak. And there's a timestamp, 2 hours, look at that! I'm only 15 minutes behind, which means I can ease up slow mode to only 10 seconds now. I'm such a responsible guy, apparently. Let me glance over real quick at YouTube chat. An Opinion says, yup, in all caps. And Valtube says, that's dark. Opinion says, sorry, what did you just say? What did I just say? Well, I don't know what I just said. I don't pay attention to myself. I'm not interesting enough for me to pay attention to myself. You know how they always say that, like, if you're talking to someone, one way to set the person at ease is to ask questions because people love talking about themselves? Not me. I feel like if I'm in a conversation with someone, it's like, I want to learn about the other person. I already know about myself. I don't need to find anything new about myself. I'm boring. Other person, new and interesting. Okay, so we gotta figure this out. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? Okay. So we got the autograph pin, obviously not that. It might be the Jam and Ninja mask, because that was one of the masks from downstairs in the storeroom. So it might be that. The letter, a letter K was carrying, ticket stub, magenta flower. I mean, that just, it means that she was framed. Big good building pamphlet, K's recollections, key card. It also might be the key card. Oh, no, because that was found in the victim's hand. That wasn't found with K. Candelabrum, coroner's findings, key card record, victim's letter, ringleader appearance, Ms. Hart's statement, the broken plush, the masks, Ms. Hart's picture, elevator blood, clothes box, committee chamber blood, and red raincoat. Okay, I'm gonna guess it's the Jam and Ninja mask. Let's try it. I saved before this, so if I'm wrong, we can try again. Let's try it.
Take that!
Take that! Oh! Crap, no! That's too vague! This evidence clearly shows that the ringleader was the murderer. I don't get it. But to be fair, I am the dumb. No surprises there. But I'm sure the rest of the room will see what I'm getting at. Yes, yes. Oh. For once, I agree with my idiot boy. How can that be? The ringleader was the killer. There's something they would have wanted. If the ringleader was the killer, there's something they would have wanted to hide. Oh, something they wanted to hide. Okay, so let's reload. I thought it was something that the ringleader would have planted in order to make it look like Kay was the killer, and the Jam and Ninja mask would have been that. Okay, so I was wrong. I was very wrong. It was not the Jam and Ninja mask, obviously. Let's see what. Pin message. It says my birthday now. Okay, yeah, it's 10 p.m. right here, which would be 12. I clicked the wrong one. Hang on. That was your birthday present, is that you get to see Tangaroa again. We're going to sing to you in just a second. Let me load up the save real quick. I forget that it does that sometimes. It just like goes back to the auto save. There we are. Okay, so chat. You guys know the drill. We got to sing happy birthday to Oak. So everybody get ready. In fact, I'm going to temporarily take off slow mode so that you can all type in the happy birthday in time with the song, okay? Slow mode is turning off. And you guys on YouTube can join in as well if you want. So here it is. We're singing happy birthday to Oak. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Oak. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Oak! I hope you're having a wonderful first minute of your birthday. I mean, it's only like 1 minute after 10 p.m., minute after midnight where you are, but I hope it's already on. What's my shirt doing that? That's a weird dimple thing. I hope it's already off to a good start. I am going to have to reinstitute slow mode now. I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, being free. It's back now. But thank you very much for the reminder. Happy birthday, Oak! Let me see. Yeah, and over on YouTube, Opinion says hi. Samson and Valtube says happy birthday to you. Toshi says happy birthday with a bunch of party popper emojis. So happy birthday, Oak. I will read a couple more comments in the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, Vera was saying, oh, I need refund seekers. I got you, Oak. Well, all right.
Think about
Slurping milk out of a boob, I guess. That's probably what babies think about. Chasing rabbits? You know what's unfortunate? I've been going through and I've been making clips for Twitch from that case, and I must have missed that clip because I don't think I bookmarked that timestamp for that. So, but yeah, that's what babies think about. Just slurping milk out of a boob. Sometimes with like a fun twisty straw. Like you get, not like just the bendy ones, but the ones like from the zoo that'll have like all the squiggly around. Just write that into there, into the duct. And then like that. That's what babies do. I should stop talking about that. But thank you very much for the clip roulette. And let's see. Vera said, I got you. Oh, Vera said here. Oak said, Vera, the greatest person of all time. Vera said, I missed it in chat, but Logan reading it out helped. And then Vera said, she loves stepping, it seems. Oak says, add quote, there is a steaming pile of help on the ground. She's stepping in. Oh, there's another shout. Oh, it's an Oak shout out with some Celeste footage. So there's a clip for Oak, who is now an entire year older tonight. Talking about cartels and stuff. Thank you very much for that shout out for Oak. Crystal adding the quote. Vera said, whoops. Vera said, delete quote. Queen Kitty said, oh, I know that scene from Gallop clip. And then Vera said, I don't know how. And Vera says, remove. I gotta scroll. There's a bunch of commands. Chris said, oh, finally. Chris said, thank you, Oak. Vera said, Oak's our secret mod. And then Crystal says, indeed. And there's Gallop saying, yeah, I got quoted again on that clip. Castle says, I think for Clavier's voices, you need to listen to the Japanese song where he basically tells the girl that he loves her, but he gotta go to court. Oh, I think someone posted, well, I don't know if it was that one. Someone posted a song in the Ace Attorney chat on Discord a while back. It was like a year ago, probably. But it was, but Apollo sang too. So it's like I could hear like Apollo's voice in it. It was fun. And Vera says, icon. And Gallop said, he gonna burn himself. And then Oak says, Chekhov's lighter. It is! I told you at some point his beard's gonna get caught before, but he put it out. His whole hair is gonna go. Chekhov's lighter. And Vera says, mystery clip. Okay, I'll read some more in a second because I do see there's some clips coming up here. But let's play a little bit of the game. And then we'll be back into the chat soon. Then please hurry up and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? So something the ringleader wanted to hide then. It could be the note that was over here because it does say, now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. But that doesn't really point to the ringleader specifically. Let's start at the beginning and just go through everything. Yatagrasu pin, probably not. Jam Ninja Mask, tried that, nope. Letter, the K was carrying her, with her. Dear K, don't worry, I'll make sure you get your precious thing back again. I think that was her promise journal. Ticket stub from a ticket granting entry to the viewing platform on top of the big building. I don't think it's that. The magenta flower, maybe? And because that was on the ringleader's outfit, but then that outfit was later also placed on the victim. So possibly that, because it's the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer. Pamphlet, probably not. Remembers a person coming from beyond the concession stand, pushing her off the building. Key card that was found in the victim's hand. But that's probably just Rosie Ringer's key card, I think, right? Candelabrum, three-armed candle holder that may have been the murder weapon, judging by the wounds in the victim's chest. I mean, that could be it because then the ringleader would have had access to the storeroom. But I don't... Key card record, victim's letter, ringleader's appearance. The ringleader wore a white jacket, white gloves, magenta flower, and a mask. Age and gender. Oh, so we can do this then. Let's try this because the ringleader's appearance, well, the body was dressed up like that. So let's try that. The fact that the ringleader's outfit was placed on the victim should do that, right?
Take that!
No! I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm not calling a potato yet, but I may need one soon. Okay, so it's not that. It's not that. I gotta think hard. I gotta think about this logically. Logic is Edgeworth's superpower. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ring? Which scene are we talking about? Are we talking about, like, the scene where the murder happened in the storeroom? Are we talking about the scene where up on the rooftop where we thought Kay was? Or are we talking about the scene down here where the body was found? I'm going to assume the storeroom then. Let's try that. So it's not that outfit. Ms. Hart's statement, the broken plushie, the masks, Ms. Hart's picture of the mysterious figure in the red raincoat, the elevator blood was detected on the secret elevator, looks like it dripped through to the floor below, closed box in which the killer hid the body, trace blood were inside. Maybe that because it was chained shut, and so the ringleader would have been able to do that. A chamber committee blood was found in the chamber committee. Was it placed there to hide the existence of the storeroom? Let's try that, because that was trying to hide the storeroom. Let's try that.
Take that!
Okay, there we go. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. So that's what it was. Okay, now I can check out these clips that are in the chat, because I was stuck on that. Once again, if we have new lurkers or people who don't know, if people post clips in the chat, we load it up in our clip viewers who can watch together. We've got 2 back-to-back clips, so these might be the same thing. This will also tell me how far behind I am. 19 minutes ago, and this clip is titled, I Was Murdered. So let's try. Let's take off my glove. There we go. I'll take my dad's lighter. Ow, ow, ow. See, now I have a prominent burn mark. That recording could have been the moment I was murdered. Oh no, I've been murdered. Oh. I'm gonna check out this clip that Oak posted. I need to see what it is. I'm very curious. Okay, so that was that one. Let's see if the other clip is the same thing. This one is simply titled Eustace Lost Death Footage. Just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens. Oh yeah, it's the same clip. It starts a little bit earlier. I'll take off. So it's the same clip. So thank you both, Gallop and Oak, for the clips. I really appreciate that. I thought it was a funny thing. I'm sorry that disturbed. Was it opinion over on YouTube? Let me scroll in the chat a little bit here, though. Oak says, Logan's persona is a Benue. Oak says, Benue. Vera said, Benue. Queen said, Logan, what are you yapping about with my darling loser? Wait, yapping about with my darling loser winner? I was just yapping about his possible death. Oak said, Crystal, you know what to do. Crystal says, ah, yes, my favorite animal, Benue. Vera said, Benue is a meme. Oh, it's a meme. I didn't know that. I'm going to Google this meme. Hang on. Benue. The first suggestion was Benue brain rot. And I see Know Your Meme is popping up for Benue. Benue is an intentional misspelling of bunny that has been used to comment on humorous pictures of rabbits since viral photo showing a person replying Benue to a picture of rabbits spread online in the summer of 2020. You see, I wasn't into rabbits during COVID. That's why I missed out on this meme. Thank you very much. Oak says, ad quote, one of these days, I'm gonna get preggers. Vera said, Crystal, it's not a typo. Vera says, ad quote. Then Oak says to Vera, it is now. And Vera said, don't empreg Logan. Are you saying don't empreg me, or are you telling me not to empreg? I don't want to empreg anybody, and nor do I want to be empreg. I want to eventually empregnate my wife, because I would like to start a family, but that's a different thing. Over on YouTube, Valtube says, we are finishing the case this stream? I don't know. Queen Katie is the arbiter of how much longer we have to go in these. How far are we? No, because I think Queen Katie said we have another part after this, like another to be continued part, so I'm guessing not. Especially since we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark, so I'm going to also say this is a good time to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions. My guess is we'll probably finish this case next time, but we will go as far as we can go tonight. An opinion says, it's fine, laughing. Okay, just checking. Hang on, I need to breathe for a second. Whew, I'm talking so much. All right, let's play some game. But it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom in order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. Or pin message written by Castle, pinned by Vera, said, I definitely heard impregnate my wife. No, I don't have a wife named Nate. Although, I mean, if she's a nice lady who likes me, I wouldn't mind if her name was Nate and was about to give the most confused congratulations. No, I meant impregnate. All one word, not impregnate my wife. I do not have a wife, nor would she likely be named Nate. But I'm sure Nate, the wife, is a lovely young lady. But thank you very much for that pin message. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name? Ah, yes! Excelsius Winner! I mean, it's either him or the only other options are either Hilda Hertz or Needler. I mean, unless we're going to pull something out of our butt and have Fender pop, and it's like, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm the ringleader. Because it's got to be someone on the committee, right? Hilda Hertz and Needler aren't on the committee, and Gavella's kind of helping us out, so maybe she realizes that so it's him, it's Excelsius. The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee.
Yes. And you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection.
You're a fine prosecutor. That much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive. You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share, after all.
Gnuck! Do I have any evidence to show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? I don't think I do. But let's save. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so, because sometimes it's like tricking me. I'm gonna say no. I don't have any. But we're probably gonna. Oh, when Hilda Hertz comes, she'll probably present something that'll be new evidence for him, right? I'm going to say I don't. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him, and he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable, which means he knows I have nothing.
Oh, well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. Oh, I have always wanted to say that. Sploosh. Verity, he's all yours.
Oh, it's gonna be, Alana? I thought it was gonna be Hilda Hertz coming in with Needler. Wait, dang it, I just remembered something. Did you have amoeba too? No, it just came to me. Flashy inspiration, you know how it is. Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until the very last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she said. Ha 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 ha. It's funny, right? I don't quite get it. But they say that on The Office, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gavelle bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are.
Fine. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
Wow, we're doing another lot of heart one, huh? You heard the chairman, Ms. Hart, if you would be so kind. Well, all right then, here goes nothing. And there's that lot of heart music. I think there's more as the Faye Sisters music, though. I'm gonna read some more in the chat, though. Oak says to Vero, it is now. And the Vero said, yeah, don't empreg Logan. Crystal said, but it's funny. Vero said, empreg Miles. Oak said, too late, he'd been impregnated already. Crystal adds, quote, don't empreg Logan, empreg Miles. Signed, Vero. Oak said, my birthday's in 5 minutes. Oh, so I must be close to catching up to chat. Once again, we are past the 2.5 hour mark, so you want to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions for later. We got another clip. I'll check this out in a second, but first I'm going to look over at YouTube. ValTube said, I wish we finished the case tonight because I love Excelsius's breakdown. Again, I'm guessing, my guess is he's going to actually light his beard on fire, whole thing's going to go up, he's going to put it up, but then he's going to be like bald and singed and things like that. ValTube says, Lada's redemption arc? She went to ruin Edgeworth's life to saving it. Exactly. Maybe we can like her a little bit. Vero posted a clip in the Twitch chat if anyone's lurking and doesn't know the deal. We gotta load this up with the clip viewers so we can watch it together.
Hey.
This was from 20 minutes ago, titled "Clipping This Because the Way You Said It Was S with ... Oh, that was so cute. Ah, there we go. So it's Eustace being cute. So let's check this out.
Hey, Gavel.
Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy.
I went boom boom.
And then it just cuts off right there. One of those clips that I'm gonna dread showing up on any shout out roll of the dice. But thank you very much, Vero, for that clip. I appreciate it. Vero said, did I unlurk? I don't know, but welcome back. Bumbo says hi with a GH. Just got off from playing Blueprints. My notes are looking increasingly insane. We rated somebody who was playing that once, and I think I mentioned I saw that on Steam and it looked interesting. Bumbo, have I asked you for your opinion on it? I'd love to know more, because the problem was I heard about it first when I saw very transparent influencer ads on Twitch where it's like, it's not actually an ad, but it's a promoted video where it's obviously scripted and so stilted, and that always turns me off to games or whatever they're advertising. So is it good? It looked good from the person we rated. It looked interesting. Vera says on Lurk, and Crystal says to Bumbo, rip. And Bumbo says to Crystal, I'm liking it, but it is having some of the expected issues of a roguelike puzzle game. Yeah, that is the thing. I'm not quite sure how that works. Castle said, spot on about unicorns, either about rhinos or similar animal that is now extinct, although I don't think the horn was one side of the head. I know, but that'd be fun. If a rhinoceros was born with a horn on the side of the head, it'd still be a rhino, right? Oak said, I have one request for my birthday. Can you all use the whole command? It's my lifelong dream since I was a child. Oh, and look, people are doing it. Vera says, okay, sure. And Queen said, you know what, Oak, as a birthday gift, I'll make it a button. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Boba says, is it a, quote, not the blank, the photo of the blank situation? This time, no, it was just me being dumb. Just me being dumb, sadly. But let's play some more of the game. I feel like if I take too much time away from the game, lurkers run, because lurkers don't give a crap about me. They stumble in here because they're like, someone's playing a game I like, huh?
Logan, you have to read it. For my birthday. Boo.
Ah! Okay, I will read the quote. The quote is, I'd be shoving my tongue into that. Now here I'm gonna pause and say that the operative word to clarify what this would be tooth, because so a tooth hole all the time, because we're talking about you get a tooth pulled and they like stitch up the hole shut and they're like, don't mess with it, don't pull on the stitches, don't shove your tongue in the hole. And I'm like, it's a temptation because it's there. So I'd be shoving my tongue in that tooth hole all the time. There we are. But thank you very much for the TTS and for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, let's play some game here. The facts, Ms. Hart, and nothing but the facts, please. Oh, don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. Ooh, think my head is pretty? I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name. I thought it was danged with a lowercase d.
Hey, if a rhino got a horn on the side of their head, it doesn't make them a unicorn. It makes them a unicron.
Ah, Unicron, because he does have devil horns on his head. He should have only one if he was because Unicron. I never thought about that. It's ruined his character. But that's correct. Thank you, Vero, for the beef longa TTS. At first, it took me a second to realize what you were saying, because I'm like, Oak doesn't know about Unicron. But then I saw it was from Vero, so thank you very much, Vero, for the beef longa TTS. Let's play some more of the game. Then I will catch up on chat soon. I promise. I gotta be close. I gotta be close to catch up on chat. Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name. Again, I thought it was danged with a lowercase d. Color me officially worried. So the ringleader's the killer, right? Which makes the victim one of them auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch, see? Then the murder happened, and the auction started back up again. Now, how many look back downstairs right after that? No! We're gonna say that there were 11 people still down there? And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again. How? And you're sure of this, Ms. Hart? I don't think she saved us. Valtube, you said it was a redemption arc. This was not a redemption arc. She's screwing us over again. I mean, she has postponed it by interrupting our punishment. Okay, so we gotta figure out what that means. Oh, we know what this means. It's obvious. It's obvious what this means. We look at keycard record. That Rosie Ringer came in through the door and then left up there. So, although that's weird, wouldn't that be suspicious to them? But then how'd she get her mask? Did she have a mask? I don't know. Something's going on. And you're sure of this, Ms. Hart? Sure as sure can be, your gavel ship. Saw 'em with my own two peepers. Them's my eyeballs. So, peepers are eyeballs. 11 before the murder and 11 after, again, right after means no one was killed. Wait, that's a thingy.
A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up.
Ms. Hart, did nothing really change at all? I done told you already. They carried on right on again like nothing ever happened. Well, except I thought the whole thing was that after you bought an item, you left through the elevator and out. And so it would stand to reason that like more people would be coming in to replace the people who left? Yeah? Oh, except for, well, not much, but, what is it? That little old mallet doodad. Can't have yourself an auction without one. Oh, is it gonna be Gavel's gavel? Because I don't think Excelsius technically has one. Kinda like the one over there Missy's got, but it's different. Is it gonna have like flames painted on it for Excelsius's gavel? The auctioneer's hammer. It's a gavel! That's the Banooey. I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through, then nothing. Just like that. Oh, so you're saying when the auction continued, there was no longer a gavel? Okay. So, the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could it have something to do with the murder? Oh, that's probably what bonked her on the head. The El Kabong was probably from a gavel. But it was then disposed of somewhere?
Ms. Hart's statement data updated in my organizer.
Ms. Hart's observations about what happened during the mysterious auction. If what Ms. Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth. No! Chalk one up for justice. Eat that, Edgeworth. See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. You have no choice but to eat that. No! There must be something we're overlooking, something we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, K's.
All right, kids, do we finally have all our answers now? If so, then I expect you to make good on...
Hold it! Ah! Oh, it's her! One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. Let's also save again, just because it's been a little while since we've saved. I'll read a couple more comments in the chat, hopefully get closer to catching up. There's Oak when we were wishing happy birthday. Oak says, it's my birthday now. And then Bubba says, happy birthday. Chris says, happy birthday. Quick said, not again. We keep seeing Sam said again. Oak says, I'm K-age now. Vera said, happy birthday to you. Castle says, happy birth. Bubba says, isn't that the first time he did this? That isn't the first time he did. Nope. It's happened before. Quiggity says, happy birthday, happy KH day, happy B day, Oak. And Vera said, happy birthday to you. Castle says, dear Oak. Vera said, happy birthday, dear Oak. Vera says, happy birthday to you. Crystal says, happy birthday to you. Lesbian Wolf says, happy birthday, Oak. Oak says, thank you. Bumble says, happy birthday, Oak. Quiggity said, nope, it happened before, lol. On this exact same save that he loaded to, Oak says, I love y'all, smiley face. Crystal said, this is a birthday present for you. And this emote only. And then Vera said, oh, you get a free Logan roulette. Oak says, yes, amazing clip. Crystal's laughing. Oak says, so worth it. Crystal said, free Logan roulette and free Oak. So, and there's another clip. Let me check YouTube chat first. And Valtube says, I stay on the Lotta saved Edgeworth Hill. Toshi said, Lotta BS harp. And Opinion says, that's a thingy. All right, let's load up this clip and then lurkers. We will get back to the game, assuming there are lurkers. I don't know. I sometimes wonder. This clip from Oak is titled, Logan Needs to Stop Talking. I feel like that is sort of an evergreen title that we could use for just about any clip. So let's see what this one is. But yeah, that's what babies think about. Just slurping milk out of a boob. Sometimes with like a fun twisty straw. Like you get, not like just the bendy ones, but the ones like from the zoo that'll have like all this squiggly around. Just write that into there, into the duct. And then like that. That's what babies do. I should stop talking about that. But I feel like I should get paid for being a health class teacher to explain to you how that all works. So thank you very much for the clip, Oak. And yes, I should have stopped talking before that. Bubba said he isn't far from behind. I guess I did come in late. Yeah. And in fact, I see Bumble. Thank you for the hydrate command. I'll do that right now, Bumble. Thank you very much. But yes, Bumble, we are now like 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Time is flying. One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. Oh yeah, the matter with Hilda Hearts. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. With the ba-ba-ba?
Logan, I will pay you to never go into detail about slurping milk from a boo. Be never again. Boo.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be scared. Thank you for the 10 bits. How much will you pay me to never talk about a baby slurping milk through a boob? Well, through a twisty straw from the zoo. I mean, the milk is from the boob, but the slurping is through that. Yeah, how much will you pay me? I suppose that could be bought for the right price, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. Aloud, hold it, perhaps? Oh, yes, of course. Hold it. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. Huh?
I'll pay you 10 bits. 20 total.
I don't know. I feel like we should have a full fundraiser for that. Oh, that's Bo. Thank you for the 10 bits. Maybe that's the fundraiser in order to afford the computer upgrade that I need. Is just that you pay me bits to stop me from talking about like I'll just keep talking about inappropriate stuff and getting worse and worse, and then someone pays me bits and then I stop. But then it slowly gets worse again, and then you pay me bits and I stop. Okay, we gotta keep going though. We are like close to the 3-hour mark. We gotta keep going.
Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains?
Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir.
That's...
I have conveniently arrived, just as you said that. I am back with the witness, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm so old. I'm really, really old.
What's this all about? Why'd you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? Well, I'll have a compress ready in 2 shakes of... Ouch!
Whisper.
This better be good. Did somebody else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had.
Whisper. And then I'll do this to the body. Seriously, even after they're dead, that's not gonna stop me.
Dr. Hertz, Ms. Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you this won't take long.
Whisper.
Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course. We summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Cavell up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks you to provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Oh, I like that she's not leading the witness here. She's not asking, is it this thing? She's just asking, do you stand by all of it? That is good. That is smart. Grandma doesn't make mistakes ever, except my dad. Oh. That's strange. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? That's awful! How can you even say that? Whisper. What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that? And then later for lunch, there's this place that makes some really good chicken I'd like to try out, but I'll need you to chew the pieces for me. To help the culprit, of course. Whisper. As if I'd know anything about all that! I just know I didn't do anything of the sort! Are we not gonna have like an actual testimony from her? Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. Okay, yeah, we should play our cards close to our chest, because if we say it was the timing of the head wound, then if she is trying to help the culprit, she could like find a way around that. We ought to just say like, tell us everything. Then except we gotta catch her in something. I don't know. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol. Oh, so we're gonna say that means that, Excelsius falsified, or Eustace did, or somebody else did. Then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes. We should ask her to say like, okay, from your memory, what was it? And then compare what she says now in a testimony to what's written in the report. Then we can see if there was anything wrong. Yes. Wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report. I can't even read. I'm illegitimate. I guess we'll see, won't we? Oh crap, I hope that Excelsius doesn't like hang Eustace out to dry. Try to like pin the blame on him. He's an idiot, but he's endearing. Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story. Why do we even need to? This is pointless. I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much. We have patients waiting back at the hospital, but they don't have patients like the other kind. It's like, they sound similar. Whisper. But Grandma, Joe, we really don't have time for this. Whisper. Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is. Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer. I mean, they won't die. We're mainly doing like podiatrist stuff today. That's like a foot doctor, right? And yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. All right, cross-examination!
The so-called mistake in the report.
I'm gonna read some more in the chat before we do this. Oak says, oh my gosh, incredible quote. I can't believe I forgot about this. What was that one? Quote number 497. I know that smell, estrogen, menstruation, they're women folk near. Vera said this quote senses if women redeem it. Oak says that top 3 quotes right there. Oak says, hey, that's one from another one of my favorites. Castle says, I definitely heard, oh, that was pinned earlier, impregnate my wife. I was about to give the most confused congratulations. Vera said, canon now, Hall of Fame. Crystal says, oh, shoot, wait, raid suggestions. Oak said, we need a quote of that. Vera said, quote, I definitely heard oh, there we go. You've quoted Castle. Lesbian Wolf says, good night, chat. Good night, Lesbian Wolf. Thank you so much for being here. Sleep well. Have a good rest of your night or day, whatever time zone there. See you next time, I hope. Thank you for being here. And Krista with some raid suggestions. Hang on, let me copy these over into my text file because we will need to be checking these out a little bit later on. Thank you very much, Crystal, for always being our MVP of raid suggestions. And I'll read just a couple more comments here. Oak says, good night to Lesbian Wolf. Crystal said, night to Lesbian Wolf. Vera said, good night. Oak says, Lana, on my birthday. Crystal said, there's fire in the corner. Oh, crap. The fire has returned. The fire rises. Once again, in the chat, Vera says, good thing we're not in a courtroom. And Vera with the time, or excuse me, Oak with the timestamp, 2:34:56. I am still quite a bit behind. About 20 minutes, not too bad. Vera said he went boom, boom. Bubba says, a little late on, but there you go. And then Vera, that was Beef Long at TTS. Oak said, quote, don't shove your tongue into the hole, Logan, don't give me another one. Vera said, why is beef Southern? You know, sometimes beef visits relatives in Georgia, and the accent just comes flaring back. Oak said, little known fact, Beef was actually born in Tennessee. Oh, that's why I meant Tennessee, not Georgia. Sorry, Tennessee. Because he's the only 10 I see. Although if I looked a little into the left, I would see my partner and also Hilda and Judgy. Oak said, and then he would be one of 4 10s I see. Yeah, something like that. Oh, crap. Vera, would you be so kind as to ban the bot that just popped into the chat there? We have a bot that's trying to sell views or something like that. While we're doing that, we'll check it. There is a clip in the chat titled Southern Beef. Let me see how Southern this actually sounded here. This is from 15 minutes ago. See, I'm getting close to catching up. Let's check out Southern Beef.
A rhino got a horn on the side of their head. It doesn't make them a unicorn. It makes them a unicron.
Ah, Unicron, because he does have. It's just a little bit of Southern, very, very faint Southern twang. Not too bad. He can still pretend he's not from Tennessee. Thank you very much for the clip. Oak says, Eustace, my goat. Vera said, give Eustace a gun. Why? Vera said this game would be relatively shorter if Eustace was given a gun. Oak says that's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if that'd be the ending we want. Quickie said, oh, hey, I have that quote on a button. And Vera said, it's just more disturbing to think about a straw shoved in there. That's how I understood it. Well, it probably would be. Castle says to Vera, that sounds so painful. If I remember correctly, breastfeeding already hurts. I wouldn't know. I have never breastfed. Anyway, I can see the end of chat is in sight. But let's play a little bit more. Let's see what the testimony is. No way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Not never. Whisper. I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong about it likely is ouch. I was gonna say the F word there. What the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file hum? Whisper. Don't make a lick of sense. And that's all she has to say. Nothing, I'll say funky. She did not have the N when she said a foul mouth on this woman. Here. You know, a lot of people say when you swear, is that the mouth you kiss your grandma with? Yes. Because she likes the swear words in her smooches.
See, it's just as I thought.
She should tell us what the findings actually were, though.
There's no chance the good doctor doctored her findings.
And you swear by the Holy Goddess that this testimony is true? Of course, she swears the F word. She'll swear by goddesses. Grandma's never told a lie in her. Objection! Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needle. Don't be mean to her, she's cute. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary? Well, that's not fair. I'm the only ally poor grandma has. No, she has Oak in the chat. Whisper. Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. Was that also a hint? I said either last time or the time before, I thought it was a little bit unusual. I'm slightly suspicious that Hilda Hertz knew that we were a soon-to-be ex-prosecutor. I mean, I guess that she's called in here and so she can put 2 and 2 together, but like maybe she and Excelsius have a thing going on. By a thing going on, I mean their things go together rhythmically at nighttime. And there it is, the so-called mistake in the report rebuttal. So let's say before we do this cross-examination, and read a couple more comments to check. So we're like a minute and a half away from the 3-hour mark. I think it's high time that I finished catching up to the chat. Let's see, Vera says, Oak, she's here for your birthday. Vera said, I know, right? I hated that. Vera said, can't believe we got best girl for your birthday. Oak says, wait, I was texting my partner. We got Hilda, woo! Vera says, yeah. And there was Vera. Thank you for banning that bot. Vera says, got him. Quickita said, we love Vera, the best mod. They also bopped a bot in my stream today, too. Vera, are you? Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, you're a mod in Quickita's community also, right? Oak said, we love you, Vera, the goat. Castle said, if you're a doctor, aren't you already Doctoring a file. Castle, you continue to make good impressions on me with your puns. High five! Queekita said, anyway, I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm getting EP, so thank you. So I'm off. Thank you for the very moo stream. See y'all next time for, well, I have no idea. I still need to rewatch the previous Metaphor VOD. Queekita, I don't know if you're gone yet. Next time we're fighting Luis. I think, if everything goes to plan, we're fighting Luis next time. We're finally there. I still think there's gotta be at least one, maybe two more dungeons, but we're taking them on. Oak says, I kissed Needler's grandma. Vera said, good night, Katie. Rest well. Oak said, good night, Katie. Queekita said, good night. Good night, Katie. Thanks so much for being here. You're awesome. Sorry I missed your stream today. Oak says, Hilda, I'm your ally. Vera said, Oak, you're gonna lose your woman to that creature. Oak said, no, Excelsius doesn't deserve her. I do. Crystal said, good night, Katie. There, 3 hours, 6 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, over on YouTube, Opinion says, this did not need to be a testimony. Toshi says, is this the first time a witness was put under oath? Did we say something about that? I know that a lot of times in the past we were like, that's perjury, but there's never been any consequences for it. Anyway, I should check out those raid suggestions that Crystal provided us with earlier. I should take a peek into some of those there. Ooh, we got some interesting games being played here with these raid suggestions. Oh, someone is actually playing Among Us. I gotta decide which one, because like this other one has fewer viewers, and it's Hi-Fi Rush. I guess. Okay, I guess we'll do the Hi-Fi Rush because there's fewer viewers, although I miss watching Among Us streams. Those are always quite enjoyable. But thank you very much for the raid suggestions, Crystal. Did we turn slow mode off? I hope slow mode is turned off. Yes, there we go. So yeah, so if you're lurking, I don't know if anyone's still lurking. Lurkers might have taken off. We'll see if we have enough for a raid actually tonight. The past few streams, is it just because it's like finals time at people's schools or something like that? Anyway, for anyone who might still be lurking, let me give you the rundown of the community. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternate between this, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. I'll post the official schedule tomorrow on Discord, but Tuesday is going to be Metaphor, and Thursday will be more picking up here where we left off. Let's see, I'm cross-posting the link tree over in the YouTube chat. If there's anyone lurking there, feel free to check out that link tree. It has all of my social media, Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the stuff. Feel free to make use of it as you see fit or ignore it. There's never any pressure on any of those things. But yes, we're going to go ahead and, as I said, pick out one of these raid suggestions here. Holy crap, we just lost like all of our lurkers. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough for a raid again. Yeah, we're not, I don't think. Oak said, thank you for the very birthday stream. It made me smile. Oh no, looks like we barely just got enough for a raid. Okay, so we'll just head in there. We'll head in there if we don't lose any more. It's been, wow, it's just like the end of chat has gotten really sleepy lately, so my apologies. Maybe I just need to keep up my energy at the very end. Vera said, let's go. Oh yes, thank you very much for posting the raid message. I'll copy that over to my clipboard as well. So yes, thank you all for hanging out with me, especially if it is a busy time. If people have like finals or just whatever. I know it is that time of year. I feel like every year around finals week, I always get really like, am I losing my edge as a streamer? And then Rukop always has to send me like messages on Discord. It's like, no, people have finals. It's fine. It's okay. Oak said, good night, everyone. Love y'all. I love you all as well, everybody. And once again, happy birthday, Oak. I hope you have an amazing birthday tomorrow. I don't know what your plans are. Maybe let us know on Discord, but I hope you have a ton of fun. Enjoy your Monday, everybody. My workday is going to be weird. The schedule may go up a little late tomorrow because my workday is going to start later than usual, which is nice for me because I get to sleep in, but it means I come home later. But I will post it tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you Tuesday for Metaphor. Thursday, we're picking up where we leave it off here. Vera said, thank you for the very silly Eustace stream. See y'all next time for Luis fight, hopefully. Crystal says, bye. Opinion on YouTube says, I think there's one more stream to go for this case. See y'all then. Yes, we're probably going to finish next time. Love and appreciate you all. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, I'll figure out one of these days how to do raids over there as well. But for those watching the VOD or on YouTube, good night as well.